Hey, welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting you live from Fishbowl Studios here in Bedford, Texas. We are proudly sponsored by Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. Oh, come on. If you ride, make sure you have the Biker Wolfpack and Glenn Lawson on your side, man. Welcome, Pitbull.
Welcome.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Was it a crazy week?
Fantastic.
Was it a crazy week?
I don't know what day it is. I only know it's Wednesday because I show up here, but it's been a crazy week. It seems like everything's just going boom, boom, boom. There's always something going on.
There's always something going on.
Stuff going on all the time.
Yeah, we got a great show for you today. We got the Green Star families coming in. We got members from the Green Star family and the Cowtown Marine Corps League. We are all about the vets today. We got some Battling Betties coming in. A Battling Betty. And we're going to present a check from the Baked Biker Pie Rally to them. And because the 99 is all about radio for a reason and supporting our veterans and our first responders.
And pinups with purpose.
There you go. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. We're going to have Glenn Lawson with Glenn Lawson Law coming in. Oh. We got the Mongo Log. We got Billy Ball bringing in whatever little pups to share with some of our veterans.
Pots or pups. Whoever else straggles in with her.
Yeah. Well, this week, big shout out to Texas Harley Davidson once again. Micah, the ambassador of fun,
embassy of fun,
the imbecile of fun, the ambassador of fun, knocked it out of the park with the Ivy Brothers.
I missed it.
For the Wall of Death. These guys were amazing. They put on a couple of shows on Friday and Saturday.
And nobody died.
Nobody died. But man, if you ever get a chance to see the Ivy Brothers and the Wall of Death, it was one of those shows that
plywood.
It was ass puckering.
Like plywood.
Man. Oh yeah,
it
was definitely ass puckering.
And you were just watching.
Yeah, I was up on the top. And these guys come right up to the red line, and it feels like they're just going to come over, and you feel like you're going to end up in a bad YouTube video.
Yeah,
you're like, I
did notice that they were saying, if you have a drink,
do
not put it on the rail.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's something.
Well,
if they're worried about your beverage.
And the one thing that was really wild is when I spoke to one of the guys who was doing the motorcycles, he said they hit 3 Gs going around. That 3 Gs.
I do that on a Saturday night.
What's just spinning?
Yes.
You're a spinner.
Yeah, I lined that up.
Springer, you're a lucky man. You're a lucky man.
Damn straight he is.
Yes, he is. This is,
Can we make that a drop and send that to him every day?
What? He's a lucky man?
Yes.
You're a very lucky man, Springer.
I'll send one for Tigger for you.
She'd be like, send it back.
She'd send it back with a bunch of curse words and emojis. Like, fuck.
Return to sender. Big shout out to all my NYPD graduates from the class of 90. This is our 35th anniversary since we were sworn in today. October 15th of 1990, we were sworn into the greatest show on earth, the NYPD.
The greatest show
on earth, man, because it was a friggin' circus. God bless all you guys. If you're still on a job, get out now. Get out now. That's all I have to say is get out now. Enjoy your pension. Enjoy your life. For those we lost, man, we miss you. May God take ever care of you. And we got the wheel from here. And to all those that are living the good life on their pensions, God bless you. It was a hell of a ride through the NYPD. Want to say hello to some people that are clicking on. Richie Alfano, man. Richie and me go back a long time since we're about 16, 17 years old.
Oh, he's got stories.
Oh, my God. Richie's got stories. Richie's definitely got stories.
Call in.
Man, I remember me and him used to get so drunk and hammered in our friend's garage and just play Ozzy Osbourne. And
that's how it should be.
That's how it started, man. Yep. Mongo's on. And Jeffrey Gray, who's our U.S. Marine Corps veteran who walks the bridge every month in Rockwall. He is here today to support our Green Stars families and the Cowtown Marine Corps. We're going to be bringing him on in a little bit as well. Let's just hear a little Little sponsor ad from our guy, Glenn Lawson, and then we'll be back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number two, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number three, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
My name is Carol Saint, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Jazz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Wear it.
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for riding with the 99 here in the Fishbowl. Man, I got off the phone today with one of our past guests who was here, was on our show a couple of weeks ago, Bag Lady Sue.
Mm-hmm. Be fun.
She was so much fun. I wish I had an ounce of her energy. She is full of high octane gasoline, man, and going and going and going. And she cannot wait to come to Texas.
Smells like cigarettes and regret. Just kidding. Love you.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure she has, she's been in the business for wow.
She just reminds me of like
years.
my mom and like the crowd she runs with. Like she'd fit like that's like it's kind of like what I grew up with. My mom, my aunts were all like that. It's where this come from.
That's where this
come
you
from.
are a product of regret.
Yes. Cigarettes and regret. A lot of vodka.
And a lot of vodka. Man,
in fact, I was born in July, which means I think my parents got freaky at a Halloween party.
You were born in July.
9 months.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's probably why you are so into Halloween.
All my
It's in your DNA.
Leos. Our parents were drunk at a Halloween party.
I would love to see the costumes they wore when they did.
My mom was a pregnant nun.
When she got banged by your dad?
I think so.
I don't know. All right. Little TMI there, but
just kidding. I really don't know if that was the actual year she was that bad. I'm sure she'll chime in. Ma? What?
Just asking.
I don't know.
And I see you're snacking.
I am.
Snacking.
I'm on a sugar rush.
Should we announce your 2-year?
Should we?
We should announce your 2-year.
We're a little premature, but that's okay.
Yeah, well,
story of my life.
The 99% Radio Network is so proud. She started off as just a guest.
I came in and just spit my nerds out. I came on as an honorary guest or wife of a guest.
Right. And then you came on as a guest for as a Betty.
Before actually, it's just I was just in the MC world, and I had my distressed charity, my first charity I ran by myself.
All right, okay.
With the help of women and different MCs. Yeah,
okay.
And we raised over $3,500 for the Safe Haven Women's Home.
Wow. Safe Havens Women's Home. I just saw somebody is doing a benefit for Safe Havens again this year. Somebody in Arlington. One of the congresswoman is doing something for Safe Haven. She was on the show way back.
But more about me. Come on.
More about. Yeah, it's all about you.
Talk about me now.
It's all about the kids. It's all about the kids.
I've been called that too.
But this is Pitbull's 2-year anniversary. So give her a warm welcome. Show us some love in the comments. Give us a
or hate,
happy
whatever,
anniversary
however you feel about me.
To because she may not be here next week. Who knows?
Maybe. I have my own show.
You may be in those. You may be in those. We got some big events coming up this weekend. Saturday, we have the ride for the kids for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation over at Indian Motorcycle and Fort Worth Harley. That is a huge ride. Huh?
Indian and Harley.
It's it's combined.
It's a great place to have both.
It's going to start at Indian. And that's where everybody's going to meet up. Kickstand registration's at 9, kickstand's up, I think, at 11. We're going to take the ride with some of the kids from the foundation. They're going to get on the back of bikes if they can. They're going to get in Jeeps, cars, whatever they can get. Whatever you drive, you can be part of. Come on down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We're going to shoot over to right next door to Harley Davidson. And there's going to be a big gala up in their ballroom. And they'll have auction prizes and foundation things going on. And that's where me and you will be for we're going to MC the event for them. And I'm so honored that they reached out to us once again. Homie and friends, they do the poker run a month before this. They've raised over $5,000 for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, thanks to the support of the motorcycle community coming out and really enjoying a great day, driving around Texas, and then ending up at the point here in out in Fort Worth or Arlington, I think it was. But it was a great ride, and this ride's going to be fully escorted. So, and if you got wheels, doesn't matter what type of wheels, come on down to Indian Motorcycle in Fort Worth on Saturday. Registration's at 9. All the money goes to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, and you can be part of something bigger than yourself and support these families who are in desperate need.
I agree. And the weather's we get a little cold front coming.
Yeah, it's not so hot to ride. We
dropped 5 degrees.
Yeah, I was out riding this weekend. We went out and we rode all this weekend, and it was not as blazing hot. It was a nice, cool,
tolerable.
Ride. It was definitely.
Your makeup's not melting off.
I know my makeup doesn't really melt off too much. But.
You don't have that TV makeup on.
I don't got that TV makeup. We got Janie Balderas on air. Woohoo! Congrats. We might as well introduce what's going on. If you want to play that real quick, that Jamie Balderas clip, the House of Balderas, and then we'll tell you what's coming soon and what you got to look for. Check this out.
Or listen for.
Check this out.
I've been through heartaches. I felt the heartbreak. I know what real pain feels like. There are no words to describe how it feels. Whiskey will do tonight. Don't even judge me. You don't know me. Jesus knew me for so long. Even in bad times, I found the good times. Living this country song.
Hey, welcome back. And that is Janie Balderas. She will be a segment host now on the 99 coming up very shortly. She will be doing interviews. Bringing the tunes and interviewing some of the, the grassroots, the national acts, and all our country and music artists throughout the country. I can't wait. She's going to bring a whole new dynamic to the 99. She is so fun.
Just gives her another reason to get on a tour bus.
Yeah, she's going through the refrigerator.
Yeah,
I saw that video. She's just like, what can I take?
It's crib. It's like the thing crib. You got to look in the fridge.
You got to look in
the medicine cabinet.
Yep. You got your boy Massimino from Italy. Greetings from Italy. Massimino, thank you for tuning in once again, brother. I've been following you. You are great. Janie's so excited about this. And, with Janie doing country, we got Billy Ball doing Hemp and Hounds. We got Lori Montoya doing Biker Down. We got Glenn Lawson doing Biker Law. Man, it is just
variety show.
It's a variety show, but it's giving everybody the voice that they need. We want to hit all aspects, man, because when the rubber meets the road, that's where we can make a difference together. And we've proved that over the last couple of weeks. Just look at what happened at the Celebrity Softball Classic. Over $1 million raised.
That's crazy. It's crazy to say that you're a part of that.
Yeah.
We raised over $1 million this week. And that's just to say that it's like crazy.
In a weekend.
Well, probably that one night at that auction. That was fun.
It just proves, it just shows. Yeah. Well, it just shows that it doesn't matter what status you hold in society. You can be the A-listed star, or
you
just
can be us.
or you can be us, like a little.
They'll give you an auction paddle.
We're around Z, right? We're around the Z. We're not the A yet. We're actually, I think
we're like a W.
Y. We're a W.
A W.
But
for the win.
But when we all come together, we can make such a huge difference, and that's what matters. I think one of our.
I think she struggled over there.
Yeah, you can wave her into studio.
I can't see.
She's probably like, I'm not going into that studio because the studio stinks.
It did.
Did you smell it when you came into the studio?
It wasn't us.
Yeah, we thought somebody farted.
Well,
and we were just like, oh my God, it just lingering.
He sprayed like 5 bottles of air freshener when he came in here.
Chances like, oh, you can sit right over there. No.
Either one.
Yeah,
just cheers.
Yeah, fine. Yep.
Either one.
When I walked in here today, and I was just like, oh my God, it really stinks in here. And I walked in, and Chances going, it's not me. It's not me. I swear to God.
It's not me.
Yeah, you're good.
But it's all good.
Actually, it's dissipating now.
I have a bad sense of smell.
You just keep.
He's just over there like an automatic.
Now it smells like bad pine.
He is over there. At least you can't smell my purse.
Another person that's on our feed right now is Zach Campbell with Small Town America. Get in the truck, man. Mm-hmm. Zach was essential at Celebrity Softball Classic. He was all over the field. And if you go check out his Facebook page or his YouTube page, get in the truck with Zach because his interviews are top notch, man.
Yes, because he had the fancy, he had a different color shirt on than us.
Yes,
he had more privileges.
But Zach is he's a great interviewer, and he really
he's got that voice that I have not figured out how to do yet.
You're working on it.
Hey,
but it's the facial expression.
That's my niche.
I
say it all with my face.
You got the angry face though when you.
It's called resting bitch face.
But see, you're so happy.
I own it. Well, I don't know if it's resting bitch face. It's like just have all the expressions. Like I can't tell a lie.
Like I said,
or I know when you are.
Like I said, Springer, you're a very lucky man.
Yeah.
How many personalities you go through and just?
Well, hell, how many show names do I have? Pitbull, Patty, Patricia.
Wow, yeah, I know. And
there's
plus
a
the
lot
ones
going on.
And plus the one Springer calls you behind your back.
No, I can hear him.
Oh, you can? Mm-hmm. All of them?
Well, he just Mm-hmm.
Everyone?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, honey.
Well,
anyway,
I want to bring on a quick guest before the 4:00 hour when we bring on the Green Star families. I want to bring on Jeffrey Grays, United States Marine Corps veteran. Coach. And we're going to talk about a little bit about Walk the Bridge. Walk the Bridge has been in existence since 2018, and it was a grassroots program that is now worldwide. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring in Jeffrey, and he's going to talk about hashtag Walk the Bridge right after this.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, brake free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Brake Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
Welcome back to 99% Radio Network. Here in the Fishbowl, we have United States Marine Corps veteran Jeffrey Gray. Welcome, Jeff.
Coach
Jeff.
Jeffrey Gray.
Coach Jeff. What's up?
Coach.
Coach.
Thank y'all again for having me on. Again, I don't remember how many times this has been.
Well, apparently we need to put a lock on the door. We're kind of strolling in here.
Or part of the 99 family. You give back to the community in every way you can. You have a lot of talent under your belt between being an actor, a veteran, and a community activist. You do a lot of good things, and you put all these little bracelets on us where it says "You are enough."
Mm-hmm. I got it right here too.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little about "You Are Enough."
Well, this is one of those things where God Almighty came and reached out to me in a dream, or I can't tell you where it came from. But somebody reached out and told me it's kind of in the scripture somewhere, or said something to that effect. So that told me even more that it was a word, it was something that could help. 3 words could actually change somebody's life. And that actually happened to me yesterday. Mm-hmm. I had one in my pocket, and this kid that always works at the Tom Thumb where I live. And well, not live there, but where
now we know where he's shot. So for I shop at Tom Thumb. I'm a Albertsons type of guy. I am low end,
Out Walmart.
And I handed this today, and I was like, "There's another one of those things. Wow, these are powerful." Like I was getting back to the bridge thing. One person can be very powerful and make an army, which we have done. I was just a beginner, and then Gabriel, Joseph, and oh my God, names could go on. There's so many that has this. They have enough, and they're given enough, and we've got more to do. We haven't even scratched. Don't even get me talking about where we are in the 22 suicides. I don't even know where the numbers are, but we are trying our best. Like at the Heroes Memorial Bridge. It's just the names of many that could be, the Lake Ray Hubbard could fill names of people that lost their lives to suicide. But on our side, me and Gabriel call it where we walk on the walk to bridge, is to make sure that they do not go, their names do not go on the other side. And we will also will make sure those that have taken their own lives will never be forgotten. That's the big thing right there.
We say their names this way. We do not forget them. And our guest today with the Green Star family coming up at 4:00. They know too well the pain, the sorrow of a loss, and they also know and will share some of the things that they may have missed because of the lack of education that our government, that our agencies give to the families to recognize what post-traumatic stress is. Everybody's individualized. Everybody triggers in a different way, and it weighs heavy on the families. And families sometimes will just shut down. They try to give that person a space, but there's a lot that goes into it. And if you have a spouse that is battling, that you think is battling, or you see some signs that have not been him or her being normal, to the point or unsure, reach out to us. Reach out to any one of us, and we'll be more than happy to help you through it, because the families battles just as much as our first responders and our veterans. So Walk the Bridge, what we do is we walk a bridge. You guys walk probably about a half mile out.
It's a mile down, a mile back.
Mile out.
2 miles.
Yeah. We're a little less evasive in Fort Worth, where we walk over the 7th Street Bridge. Ours is about 0.5 one way and then 0.5 back the other way, where we stop at the Fire Police Memorial and lay a flag. But what we found with hashtag Walk the Bridge is that we see veterans and first responders tag teaming together and walking along and speaking and talking, and it shows that they're not alone. It shows that they have a battle buddy beside them, and it gets them to open up. It gets their body moving, gets their blood flowing, and many times they've come up to us at the end and said, "This was really nice. This was uplifting. I feel a little bit better." They feel that one little act of kindness has changed the trajectory of their stress. And if you can do that just once a month, or if you can just do one act of kindness each and every day, you don't know what that person is battling. Holding the door open for somebody, saying thank you, saying good morning, all these little things that you can do for somebody could change everything.
There's a smell. Sorry.
Did you fart?
No,
Oh.
Continue.
No, I'm just asking. What?
The office smells.
No, now you smell it?
I got a whiff.
No, you just got
a whiff?
Yeah, it got
lady
me.
just
I was
went by
like,
spraying.
Oh.
I just saw somebody walk by.
not to be rude, but like it hit me.
He's been spraying pine or whatever. Is it pine?
No, that was not pine that I just smelled.
Pine needles.
I don't know, man.
Well, there's one thing I'd like to add. We wear Gabriel carries. Gabriel's a Army Ranger, and he's been injured in combat, and he carries about a 75-pound pack. And mine's a little bit less. Well, it's a lot more or less. But the packs represent something. They represent what they carry, what everybody's carrying that's lost somebody. Carrying their weight, showing people, they're not going to be forgotten. And it goes back to, somebody losing a member. I've told some family members, especially wives, that, their husbands were warriors on this earth, and now they're warriors of God, up with God, to make sure down here, that the devil's not going to win.
Not today, devil.
In demons is what I mean, probably more. And there's 2 benches on the bridge, Memorial Bridge, or Memorial, and one of them does say, this talks about the stigma, and the other one says, "We will listen," and that's what John and them here are doing here. They're listening to you and trying to get you help. There are numbers. Hashtag 988 is probably the biggest one. But reach out to somebody. Like you said, there are keywords, right? And we both know those. You can tell, and there's things to do to bring somebody to stop when they're getting there. And unfortunately, I was on Facebook one night, and there was a deputy from Rockwall. That at that time, I'm not going to say he or she, but that's the key words that I'm goodbye. And thank y'all. Or there was something everybody knew. By the time they got there, the deputy was gone.
Yeah. And, everything is masked by a fake smile, fake attitude. You usually see cheerful Facebook pages and happy-go-lucky, but they're battling inside. And all it takes is, "Hey, how you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? I'm here." Let them know I got your back. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm doing great. It's all bullshit. But you have to listen. Don't listen to respond. Listen to hear. Because that's what it takes. They need to listen.
They get quiet. And I'm not talking about, like their normal attitudes, normal things they've done to get quiet, get distant, and then there's some words out there you have to be looking for, and knowing what you can tell it in somebody's eyes. I've seen it. I told you I saw it with this older man the other day on the bridge. His dad stopped, and I could just tell in his eyes he was dealing with something. And I just said, I'm here for you. You won't be forgotten. And he was a Vietnam veteran. And those guys were one of the number one, probably committing suicide. Now we're going to, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, all these. These guys need our care and to listen more than anything else.
Yeah. There's plenty of resources out there. There's tools in your toolbox that you can use. And we're going to talk about that coming up at the 4:00 hour. Is Lori on? No, not yet. All right. Well. Well, and she's going to miss her segment spot.
Ooh.
She's late.
Get on the naughty list.
She's tuning up.
Yeah, the naughty stupid.
So let's take a quick commercial break. We're going to be back, and we're going to continue a little bit with Walk the Bridge and Jeffrey Gray. And then probably, and like I said, at the 4:00 hour, we'll be bringing on the Green Star family. And we're going to hear a little bit more about that in detail right after these messages.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time of their life, which is their recovery. My biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time, and even if you can't do that, attend our events. Attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. Those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. We are all about the veterans today. It's all about our first responders and those who give back to our community. We are here with Jeffrey Gray, United States Marine Corps veteran, and an advocate for mental health. Jeff, you walk the bridge in Rockwall, Heroes Memorial Bridge, which used to be the Highway 66 bridge until Senator Hall and John Vick was saw what we were doing with Walk the Bridge, and during the COVID outbreak, really pushed hard and got the bridge renamed to Heroes Memorial Bridge. Now, Jeff, you have been doing Walk the Bridge since about 2014, in memory of and not in memory of the suicides, but to honor all your brothers in arms who were battling. Right?
Yeah.
And then when we started doing the walk each and every month, you started hanging pictures of those lost and putting locks on the bridge and flags on the bridge. Well, you always did the flags, but putting the pictures on the bridge in memory of those who we've lost. What kind of reaction were you getting with those pictures?
Well, they're all local, so it brings everything closer to the people that walk the bridge every day. And there's a thing me and Gabe do every time is tap the pictures and let them know that they were here for them.
A little high five.
And we say a little prayer and get busy walking. But yeah, it brings a little bit And again, like I said, if we could put the pictures on there on everybody, I would love to, but I know that's impossible at this time. Now, John Vick is he hasn't quit working. He's still doing things to get things added to the memorial. You probably know this. They want trees. They want different things. They want to make it for a place to come and remember, reflect, sit down. We want people to visit. It's one of the only one of its kind.
It's the only, and then that's going to lead me right into the next part of the segment on this is that Karen Solomon with First Help out of Massachusetts, she searched long and hard a couple of years ago for a state that would put a memorial up for those lost by suicide. And almost every state turned it down.
Huh?
Every state turned it down.
Shame on you.
So John Vick, Senator Hall, and a small group of us approached Governor Abbott, and he said he welcomed it. He said, whatever you can do, whatever you need, we will put some sort of memorial up. So like I said, this takes an army of people to make this happen. So I got to give big kudos to Sheena Sharapata out of
oh, that's a fun name.
Yes, Sheena, who we did a golf outing and raised over $50,000. That money went towards the building of this memorial park. First Help out of Massachusetts, and Karen Solomon put in a lot of time, sweat, and tears, and this huge monument now made out of granite and stone, depicting 5 individuals on there, and they are local individuals who are in corrections, 911 dispatch, police, fire, and military are depicted on this memorial marble stone.
And they all had their heads down basically in prayer.
Yep. So that was the first part of this park. The second part now, which they just installed, were walls with the names of those who have fallen due to suicide, because we can't forget, we don't remember them in the manner in which they died. We have to remember them in the manner in which they lived. And they lived as heroes, and that's how they should be honored. So they are put on a wall. Nobody is put on a wall in any other government agency or local community if they have succumbed to the injuries of post-traumatic stress. It's a stigma that we need to break. But Karen and First Help and everybody here in Rockwall and Texas, we are going to break that stigma, and we're going to place those names on the wall as long as this keeps happening. So you've been there. You've seen these names on the wall. It's very powerful, right? It's a powerful to sit there and reflect, and it makes you think about what our first responders go through each and every day, what our veterans go through each and every day, what the families go through each and every day. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's not you're not working in a little.
You don't get to shut that off.
Huh?
You don't get to shut that off.
You don't get to shut that off.
Yeah.
Well, if I can say something before I forget, there's one thing my brain won't let me do sometimes. Is a little bit about me and Gabriel too, and you probably can chime in on this too, John. There was a time before I started Walkins that I didn't want to be here, and I promised myself I was just begging God to take me because I didn't want to do it myself. And He goes, "Nope, I got something for you to do," and that's what I'm doing. Gabriel kind of the same way. We were there in a bad way, but we're not going back in that hole again, and we're going to make sure nobody else does.
Absolutely.
It's what you just said resonates with so many of our listeners out there. It's I'm at a loss for words though, because I don't want to get too deep into the morality of it. I don't want to get too deep into it yet. I want to wait till the 4 o'clock hour to hit this, but I want to talk more about the reflection and remembering our veterans and remembering our first responders with this amazing monument that First Help has erected in Rockwall, Texas. You know, and it keeps growing. But it's not government funded, so they could always use funds. So if you go on to firsthelp.org,
the panels can
you know, you go to firsthelp.org, you can make a small donation. Every dollar counts. And what you're doing is you're helping out a family that has been
affected.
Affected by, you know, what I say is an injury.
Like,
it's not a disorder.
Yeah.
You know, when you know, post-traumatic stress disorder, for those who don't know, and it's such a key term, and it's only because that D in post-traumatic stress disorder, it's so people can build it. It's out of a book, a DSM-5. So medical personnel can bill the insurance company. This is a brain injury that impacts you. So it should be a line of duty injury. It should be a medical injury from war. So these are things that we have to pass. Only 5% of our veterans and first responders are ever laid to rest with honors due to this post-traumatic stress injury. And that is pretty shameful for what they've done for our country. So our politicians need to listen up. Our politicians need to look at the books and look at the families and make a decision that they're going to change it in their state. It's sad that Texas is the only place that has a memorial wall for those fallen to suicide. And I know a lot of our listeners are angry about it. I'm angry about it. And but we could change that.
I mean, that's crazy. I didn't know that they got turned down everywhere else. That's wild to me. Like, how could you sleep at night going, I just turned that down? I don't know. I'd feel itchy about that. I get funding and all the
what they did, how they
whatever,
died is probably more than anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
they don't want that word out there. They don't want the word suicide.
Yeah.
We really don't like it either.
Nobody likes
because they
it,
actually
but it's
died from
out there.
They died from what they did and what they saw. And like I told you this before, me and John could be in the same hole together and during combat, and I react different than he does. So that's the issue is getting them out there to talk about it first. We gotta get the words out there.
Well, trauma impacts everybody. Like I said, trauma impacts everybody a little differently. But trauma is trauma. Trauma holds no value. No matter what it is, it affects you. And it affects the brain, and that causes the injury. So we have to change that stigma. We are going to break that stigma. We're going to support the Green Star families. We're going to support our veterans. We're going to support everybody who gives back to their communities and uplifts our heroes' families as well. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back after this, and we're going to do a check presentation. Well, not a big check, but a check presentation, right?
We're going to give money away.
We're going to give money away. All right, stay tuned.
The
right
check
after
did
this.
not come in the mail from Amazon.
Hi guys, I'm Annabelle Newswander and I'm a 14-year brain tumor survivor, and 6 of those years I've been a part of the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation's Ride for Kids. So I'm so excited to be a part of this opening ceremony and answer some questions for you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Okay, so the first question is, what has the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation given you? Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation has given me a second home and a family to go on this journey with. You guys are so amazing, and I feel so loved and have the best supporters out there that I can count on to get through this journey with. I feel safe with you guys, and I can share anything with you guys. You won't judge me because you've all been there. So I really appreciate having that.
Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698. Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Today is all about our veterans and our first responders, giving back to the community and how you can help and be a part of something bigger than yourself. I want to welcome Billy Ball with Hemp and Hounds and Sophie.
Little Sophie. She's Sideshow sister.
Those
first puppies that I brought.
Yes.
This is Sideshow
You know, let me
sister.
move the mic down for you a little bit,
Yeah, that
so
way.
you can talk into that. You know, when we talk about different types of post-traumatic stress and different modalities, some people don't want to get on a couch, on a therapist couch, or some people are just, they can't get out of their house for some reason. You know, animals are the best medicine. They are loving. They don't judge you, and they are comforting. They feel your pain. It's been proven that they do heal a lot of the mental stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Billy, you've been working with dogs for a long time.
Yeah.
You have plenty of them. You know, what kind of dog is this?
This is an Australian Shepherd, and she's what's considered a mini. So there's toys. A toy won't get any bigger than she is right now. And then there are minis. So she'll get to be, you know, like the ones I brought before. Trevor, the one that sat here like a good boy. And
They've all sat like good boys and girls. She gets them stoned before they get here.
And remember the white one, Snow Dirt, that I brought?
Snow Dirt.
So she'll get to be about that big right there.
And then Patty got adopted, didn't she?
And you think she's a good girl. Oh, she's like, hold on, I'll save that for later.
There you go. You hold that. So you hold that.
But you're right. You know, sometimes people just don't want to leave the house.
I don't.
It's shitty out there, y'all.
I only come here.
Except when you're around people like this. But I mean, you know, you wake up and they're there to greet you with a kissy, no matter what your breath smells like or what your hair looks like. And y'all have seen these dogs that I've brought here before. When people start getting emotional or I get emotional, they sense that.
You
and
go for the dog.
Yeah. And they come to you and they, you know, they realize that when you have a good dog, there's just absolutely nothing like it. Or in my case, a lot of good dogs.
How many dogs you have?
A lot. We'll just leave it at that. We've got some at the house in Arlington and then some out on the farm. And so we go back and forth and, you know, do our things with them, go out there 2 or 3 times a day if I'm not out at the farm. So, you know, because sometimes you need a break, and then we'll bring some of the puppies from the farm to the house, you know, get them acclimated to that right there. But they all sleep in the bed with us. And this one right here, she's a super, super cuddler. Like she just likes to put her head in the crook of your neck and just lay there and snuggle with you. Yeah.
She's hearing chants behind the board. She's like, what is he doing moving over there?
And you see she's got a little
snacks.
smile going on. She's like developing her little smile. And you know, again, how can you be in a bad mood with a dog or a puppy? You know, your soul, you know, they're almost like your soulmates.
I can get pretty mad at my assholes that I live with.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, they're Australian Shepherds, but they're also called osholes.
Yeah.
We call them osholes.
I got pit bulls, so they're pit holes.
Pit holes. There you go. There you go.
Piddles.
Because I love pit bulls too. My best friend has one. But you know, any dog, there's a dog out there for absolutely everyone. Whether you adopt one or cat or possum or you know, parakeet or little Highland fluffy cow or a donkey. So you know, there's something out there for everyone. If I could, I would have like, you know, one of each out at the farm, but can't do that. But we do have ponies and they love the dogs and the dogs love playing with them.
Right off for that?
You can.
See?
You can do exemption on your land depending on what you grow.
It's like that one random house has like the one donkey out there.
Yeah. We used to have a donkey. He was huge. I miss him.
And a longhorn.
And a longhorn. I had a pet longhorn.
I'm just going to sit back.
I don't think pet longhorn goes in the same sense.
Well,
Either
I'll
you
show
have
you-
a longhorn.
I'll show you the
or a
video
pet.
of her trying to get into the vehicle with her horns. Because I had their num nums, and then you live on a farm, and my
What are the
in-laws-
num nums?
Alfalfa
Those are the
cubes.
things she grows.
Alfalfa cubes
I mean,
and
well,
Jolly Ranchers.
She makes that into num nums.
Yeah, they get num-nums. But we have, you have to, because my in-laws come from a different generation, so you get attached to these animals, and you're like, I will take care of this. Please don't sell it or get rid of it. And
That's how I got mine.
one day I was leaving the farm, and I saw like this big delivery truck coming through, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And then as I was leaving, I realized it said freezer delivery on the side of it, and I was gone for 2 days. And when I came back, I was like, where's Maybelle? Where's the longhorn? My husband was like, and I had a mental breakdown and then I was like, don't you even try to feed me one morsel of my longhorn. And I accidentally ate some one day. And I was like,
Wait,
I was
are
like,
we talking
wow.
about eating your pet?
Yeah, because my in-laws
I
have
had
her
to
butchered.
register what the hell we were talking about.
This show just took a
Yeah, it
whole
did.
different turn.
So that's when I really needed my animals, is when I realized that my sweet
You
Maybelle had
needed
been
your service animal
Right.
because you ate your other one.
because like I said, my in-laws, there are those people that are like, every animal has a job or a purpose or whatever. And but we had
That's why I don't name my cows.
it was great meat, it's like high quality meat, but I told my husband and people, I'm like,
Didn't the
don't
grocery store
don't
try to
feed
put
me.
the name on the packaged meat, like you're eating Edward from California.
No, it did, where they had her butchered, it said Maybelle on it. And I was like,
Maybelle, thank you for my steak.
and so I would tell everyone, I'm like, don't feed this to me. And one day there was a miscommunication, and I accidentally ate some of her. And I was like,
it was good, huh? It was damn good.
yeah, because
wasn't
she
it?
was so loved. It was so tender and juicy. I was like,
All right.
you're so good. So anyway,
Let me just wrap this back
I'm
around this
texting
way.
my husband
Let-
and say I
let-
want
let me just-
steak
Let me
tonight.
just listen. Just little disclaimer. Please don't eat your pets.
right.
Okay, not all of them are juicy. Not
No.
all of them are, Maybelle, God bless you. Rest in
Love you.
peace.
Don't
but-
do it yourself. Send it somewhere to get processed.
Hey, I'm
That-
gonna send y'all a picture next week. We'll post a picture of her in
Okay.
memoriam.
Of the steak or of the actual Maybelle?
Before and after pictures of Maybelle.
No.
All right, but getting back onto the medical aspect and
It was an
and-
HEB worthy one.
and the comforts of any type of animal. When you look at modalities and you look at different things within the brain chemistry and the body chemistry, human touch or animal touch for 2 minutes will release the amount of dopamine your brain needs to change the chemistry within your body. When we are in a high stress situation, when we are in a fight or flight or in a hyper vigilant state, our body does nothing but dump cortisol into our body. That is not healthy. That is it's very alarming to your body, and it damages your body. But like any therapist will tell you, even self-touch for 2 minutes your body doesn't know the difference, will release. You guys really went off. I knew I should have never said self-touch.
Long 2 minutes.
Every guy's going 2 minutes. I can touch myself for a minute. That's about it. But even if you put your hand down and he puts it, puts his paw or he puts his head on your hand, your body reacts to the affection of that animal, and it will release.
Oh, I don't want anybody else. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I can show you. There is definitely alcohol in there.
Well, real quick, have you seen the dentists now that have service animals in their offices?
Yes.
Where you can have your.
I worked in the dental field.
Yeah.
We don't like dog hair getting into our preps.
Right. But I mean, you see these people
Make it a
and they're
hyperallergenic.
petting it, and I don't mind dog hair in my mouth.
It calms you down.
It does.
Petting,
It does.
Petting the animal will calm you down. It releases, like I said, all the feel good chemicals in your brain, and it will kind of level you out, especially if you're in a high stress or in an anxiety state. So that's why many service dogs, You have, well, there's a difference between service dogs and therapeutic dogs.
Yes.
So our service dogs are, when you see those out on the street, those are the ones that you really have to ask to pet because they are working animals.
Mm-hmm.
Those animals are trained for their owner and they're not for to pet or playful. Then you have your therapy dogs that are more like this one here, who's just so loving and caring and just will sit there and love on you. Right? Oh, look at you.
My dogs don't do that.
Yeah, I spoil these babies from like, day one. I mean, when people call and ask about our puppies and they're like, are they friendly? And I'm like, it's a puppy. And you don't realize how other people do their business. There's the backyard breeders that just let them do the thing and just keep them out there. But, I don't care if I have 2 dogs or 20 dogs. They're all my babies until I find them suitable homes. And, we've had people come and look at our dogs ready with money. And we're like, don't think this is going to be a good fit. It doesn't feel right. Or, your situation isn't correct for this dog. And let's just work on finding you, something
They're
else.
not just Christmas presents.
Correct.
Birthday presents.
Correct.
And Easter basket accessories.
I just want to give a shout out to Gilbert Casham from The Chosen. He was at the celebrity softball game as well. He says, my man Jeffrey Gray, giving you a little shout out there from Gilbert, and Mongo from the Mongo Log that's coming up at 5:30 tonight. I'm gonna give a memorial tribute to his partner who died from suicide. Rest in peace, Sergeant Neil Gunn of the Burbank Police Department. Mongo, who does our Mongo Log, was a Burbank police officer for many years. He lost a good partner and friend, Sergeant Neil Gunn. So please keep Sergeant Gunn's family in your prayers and say a quick prayer for him as well. So,
if you see like homeless people and their pets, they take such good care of them. I mean, that just shows you
they do,
the power of animals. And I love these vets that go out and try to find homeless people and help take care of their animals, because everyone deserves this kind of unconditional, pure love. And they do. They take really good care of those babies. And anytime you see someone out, I always try to help them out, because those babies, that's their whole world.
Yeah.
It's what
you
keeps
always
them
get
going.
emotional. You always get so emotional with this. Billy, if there is a veteran out there or a first responder that is battling, how could they get in touch with you to maybe get and adopt one of these wonderful puppies?
Yeah, y'all can call me directly or text me at 817-202-4838, or get in touch with the show and they can forward me your information.
Or 10 what is it? You can go to email to, what is it, 10 Aussies?
10 Aussies, and that's our Facebook 10 Aussies. You can go to the page. You can see a picture of the donkey kissing a puppy with Maybelle in the background. So that just shows you how awesome.
Before she hit the dinner plate.
Right.
What happened to the donkey?
She made a lot of dinner. That my in-laws sold her the same. Like they sold her. I actually get pictures.
That's what they said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But,
Billy, we sold the donkey.
Veterinary on a farm.
Well, that's what I tell them.
Keep eating that ground beef.
I'm like, where's they know now? Like, I'm like, where's so and so? They're like,
I'm really
on
gonna
a farm over there, and I'm like, okay. But if someone wants a dog, we have some dogs anywhere from 6 weeks to a year old, and a lot of people don't want a puppy, have to deal with the biting, the potty training, all that good stuff. But some really good dogs, and some are actually, I'm just looking for a good home. They wouldn't even require a fee, like little Trevor that was here. I'm looking for, oh my God, he is such a snuggle bunny. He's got a little gator mouth. Snow Dirt, the pretty white fellow with the big blue eyes, looking for a home for him. Just want good homes with good people, and I want people who really need them. If they just need that therapy, if they just need this right here, I want them to have that. And I'll even deliver, sit with them for a little bit, help them get acclimated, and just see what we can do to make sure that person and our babies have the best life going forward.
And this little guy could save a life.
Girl,
guy. I don't know how he identifies.
And she's got.
Did you ask her?
Yeah, she's got.
What's your pronouns?
And she does have some brothers that look
Furry.
almost like her. They're a little bit
That is a
better,
thing.
but don't forget about Sideshow Peppy, the one with one brown eye and one blue eye. So
Yes,
there's
whoever
only-
adopts Sideshow, we got.
Patty already got two.
yeah, Patty already got adopted. She was the first one. She's living high life down in San Antonio.
Well, hopefully Sideshow will be adopted soon.
She hasn't been returned yet either.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to bring on our next guest with the Green Star families. Stay tuned, sit back. It's going to get real. It's going to get emotional.
tissues.
And you know what? It's going to bring a lot of awareness to our veteran community. So stay tuned right after this.
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Biker Wolfpack Law is a division of Glenn Larson Law Injury Attorneys, which is my firm. What's different about Biker Wolfpack Law is it's a community-based, event-based connection component to make sure that motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
One of our big events is we do ASM classes, which are accident scene management classes, which are put on with the Road Guardians, group of riders that are usually EMTs, doctors, nurses that also ride. And so they know what can happen when you're out there by yourself. And so it's a very intense class, like how to do tourniquets, how to get a helmet off of a person without hurting their neck more, how to get somebody out of the middle of the road. We do those a couple times a year, and the more safe riders are out there, the better it is.
The second division and component of Biker Wolfpack Law is to sponsor local musicians at bike nights or other community events that involve motorcyclists, but also just the community as a whole. And then third is larger charity organization events or rides to get out in the fresh air and have some fun. What I love most about representing bikers and motorcyclists across the great state of Texas is really one thing. It's about hearing the story. It's about going to motorcycle events, constantly meeting new people and making new connections. One of the reasons why I started Biker Wolfpack Law was to defeat and counteract many of the biases that are out there that, quote, motorcyclists are just dangerous. Make sure that motorcyclists are seen as exactly who they are, very hardworking, very responsible, and very dedicated individuals that deserve the justice that they need.
I'm Sassy Sin with Battle and Betties, and I ride with the 99% Radio.
Hey, I'm Amber. I'm with AM Special Pickles, and I ride with the 99.
Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network in the Fishbowl. It's all about our veterans, our first responders, and raising that awareness flag for post-traumatic stress. I want to introduce the Green Star family. I want to introduce Natalie and Trent. Sorry, my post-traumatic stress makes me forget. Natalie and Trent. And on air, I forgot where he's coming from, what location he's coming from, undisclosed. We have Matt Cahill, right? Cahill. Hey, Matt, what's going on? Can you hear us?
Kale.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, could hear you fine. All right. You are technically savvy. You made your way into the StreamYard. There you go. You know, before we start, bring up that first picture. Of it's one of the Green Star families. Is it Chrissy? Sure. You know, when we hear about somebody who's lost due to suicide, we kind of forget the families that are left behind. What you're seeing now up on your screen is Chrissy and her husband, and this is what she writes. This is, you know, her voice if it was male. My name is Chrissy. I am the mother of 5 and a Green Star widow. My late husband, Christopher, served 10 years in the United States Navy before being medically discharged due to the toll his mental health struggles took on him. He battled post-traumatic stress disorder, severe depression, and anxiety, wounds that weren't visible but ran deep. Chris and I spent 8 years together building a life full of love, laughter, and family. But behind the moments of joy, there was a constant fight happening inside him. He was in and out of hospitals, battling the darkness with everything he had. I stood by him through every breakdown, every attempt, and every moment he felt like giving up. Because I loved him and because he was worth fighting for. You know, Chrissy, our heart goes out to you. Many things that you said in just these 2 paragraphs that we found off the Green Star Family website is that wounds that weren't visible but ran deep. And that couldn't hold more true to all of our veterans out there. Every veteran has a smile on their face most of the time around family, but the wounds they are battling inside never show because they are strong and they don't want to, show that anything's wrong with them inside. And we are very sorry for your loss. That was Chrissy. Bring up Samantha, please.
So next we have Samantha, and this is her statement from the website. My name is Samantha Bassett. I am a Green Star widow. My late husband, Michael Allen Bassett Jr., served honorably in the United States Marine Corps from 2007 to 2014. In 2012, while deployed in Afghanistan, he sustained injuries that ultimately led to his transition to the Wounded Warrior Battalion. He was medically retired in 2014 due to permanent physical disabilities. From 2014 and his tragic passing in November 2024, Michael faced numerous challenges related to his physical disabilities, which were compounded by mental health issues such as PTSD, depression, moral injury, and struggles with alcohol. Despite these difficulties, Michael was a remarkable individual who generously and kindness touched the lives of everyone around him.
And that was Samantha. Real families, real issues. And in studio today, we have Natalie. Brett, Natalie, you are also on the website. You are a Green Star widow. Share, please, if you don't mind.
Yes. My name is Natalie Brett. I'm actually the Director of Outreach for Green Star Families of America. And this is me. I'm the proud wife of Sergeant Daniel John Brett. On July 5th, 2023, I became a Green Star widow.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I can read it for you if you want.
Yeah. Read it for me. I told you I was going to cry.
Okay.
Proud wife of Sergeant Daniel John Barrett. On July 5th, 2023, I became a Green Star widow. Daniel unexpectedly took his own life due to work-related stress that triggered his PTSD. That day, I lost my husband, my best friend, my soulmate. The world's lost one of the kindest, most selfish men I've ever known. Daniel was a protector in every sense of the word. He served his country honorably in the United States Army for 10 years as a military police officer. Daniel served 15 months deployed during the Operation Iraq Freedom, but his service did not stop when he took off his uniform. He protected his family, his coworkers, and even strangers when the same fierce love and loyalty showed his brothers in arms. His heart was enormous and his soul was pure. Everyone who knew Daniel knew he was deeply loved and how hard he fought for those who cared about who he cared about.
You know, the number 22 resonates a lot. For 22 veterans a day, That's 22 families. That's 22 widows. But those numbers are much higher. Matt, with Green Star, you are the founder of Green Star Families. Welcome once again to the show. You know, with me and Pipple reading these and Natalie trying to read it, and I get it, the impact you must feel, and you hear these letters, and you hear this every single day. Please weigh in.
That left me speechless. So a little bit about me. I was a medic for 26 years in the Army. I came in 1993, and then I was retired in 2019. Through being a medic and seeing multiple different sides of serving and being in line units my entire career, I saw a huge shortcoming when it came to the mental health aspect of it. You know, with being in Iraq and sustaining combat injuries, you know, soldier coming in, we took care of them. We knew what to do. There was deep protocol, a big change from when I first entered in 1993 to they were teaching TC3, the Tactical Combat Casualty Care. And we were told that the studies had come from AMED Center in school, looking at the top 3 killers in Vietnam of battlefield injuries. And that was a sucking chest wound, amputation, and there's another one. And they came up with new aid pack where everybody had a tourniquet, everybody had a needle for needle chest decompression, and airway. We could do like a quick crike. That's where you cut the throat and like put the tube in there and everything.
Right.
And that, I think, especially looking at the numbers now, when we were being taught it, there was nothing to say, hey, this is really going to keep the numbers low, especially for Gold Star families. And those are families who lost their service member in a combat zone. And I say that real carefully because it's not directly due to combat. It's literally in the area that they passed at, whether that's killed in action or died by other. And if we look at the numbers, all the research that I've found has come and pointed to 7,085 deaths in combat, so Gold Stars, over 20 years of war from 2001 to 2024. All right, so that's, you look back at like the Civil War and World War II and World War I, and you hear them in the hundreds and then the thousands and in the 100,000s, you know. But these are 2 wars, and there's 7,085 compared to, as the last count, I don't have an exact date for you, I'm sorry. Oh, here it is, 5 March 2024. There was 140,000 veteran suicides.
100. Now, any reasonable person could see that when we have 7,000 combat injuries, combat deaths, opposed to over 100,000 suicides, where should our resources, where should our tools, where should our focus be when it comes to mental health injuries? The numbers don't lie. You know, we've seen it in law enforcement. More law enforcement agencies lose members to suicide than to criminal gunfire. There's an issue, and our politicians need to step up and take control of this. They have to give the resources. You know, reading some of these stories, my husband was medically discharged. My husband was medically discharged due to post-traumatic stress. Well, when they got discharged, then what? What did you do? You can't just kick somebody out of the military with discharge papers and say, figure it out, or shove medication down their throat. There has to be resources readily available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for that veteran and their family. If we don't put that together, these numbers are going to keep rising. So, Matt,
well, let's analyze this a little bit more with everything you just said, right? So they took numbers from Vietnam, which was the last war that they really had numbers for that they could study and stuff like that. PTSD as a diagnosis the first mental health diagnosis in the VA system didn't even come about until the 1980s. So think about that for a second. So like the Vietnam War ended, what, 72, 73.
Yeah.
They took numbers from there, and then there was a diagnosis that presented itself in the 80s, and they came up with a way to treat it, which was pharmacologically, and the way the civilian entities treating mental health and everything recommended. So that's what the government does. They listen to people that, you know, are the specialists in that area and everything. Where I think the problem occurred is they focused solely on the trauma aspects of physical wounds and never took into consideration the unseen mental wounds.
Right.
And now we have more people surviving, especially ones that were injured in combat. And also the training, let's look at the training, got really in depth and submersed you in a combat zone where you started thinking like that a lot. And when you do that and you never get like exposure to the real scenario, I really believe that the mind works way more against the individual that doesn't ever get to compare it to the civilian, or not to the civilian, but to the real world scenario. Does that make sense?
It does. And I'm just going to put it kind of in a little different term. When you look at veterans and you look at first responders, these are statistics that are out there. The average civilian will sustain anywhere between 4 and 8 traumas, critical incident traumas within their lifetime. That's the average civilian population. The average first responder or veteran will sustain anywhere between 4 and 800 traumas throughout their career, throughout their 20 or 30-year career, depending. That is a huge, huge difference. So, I mean, we have to look at the medical diagnosis on how to treat this, and it's not always by pharmaceuticals. It's not. I mean, sometimes it is, but there are so many different. I hear VA. I hear horror stories sometimes from the VA, from veterans that bounce from couch to couch to couch to try to get treatment, and they get frustrated because they feel like they're alone. They feel like the VA doesn't care about them. And, you know, I can't imagine when you're battling inside and the country you fought for, the people who are supposed to be your brothers and sisters keep bouncing you from a couch to a couch to a couch without any proper diagnosis. And that's why we are losing so many.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to, you know, Green Star Families, this has got to be a nationally recognized organization, which it's not yet, right, Matt?
That's correct. It's not. We've had 3 previous bills up in the 2 past Congresses, and it got no support. And we're not asking for money from the government. The bills have simply asked for the recognition of that service banner to join the Gold Star and the Blue Star to recognize the families who've lost their veteran to suicide.
Now, you said you got no support. Now, just tell our listeners out there, you know, our politicians are there for us. If you got no, like, we got nobody to sign the bill or back it, what does that mean when you got no support?
I'm learning. I did not enter or found this or push forward with this concept of the service banner. I thought I could make a good suggestion to a lawmaker at the federal level, congressional, and just, there you go, cool. It's an idea. I'm done. Like, you guys take it. But what I'm finding is that we have to champion it. We have to push it. We have to educate. And I think that's the biggest key issue right now, is the education portion of it. A lot of the veterans organizations, all the way to the VA and the government itself, they don't know what to do, which has perplexed me as well, because in the military, we're taught, like, hey, here's a problem. What do you do with that problem? You collect all the information you can, you analyze it, you get the intelligence from it. From that, you're going to base a plan of action or an assault or something on. And as far as I can see, we haven't done that yet. And I think we haven't done that yet because we as veterans have stayed in that realm of, we haven't given this problem a name yet. We identify it as 22 a day because that was like the thing that came out way back when. And that's the thing that was pushed by other veteran organizations. And that's just a statistic. That's not a name.
Right.
In order to really focus and fix any sort of problem, the first thing you have to do is give it a name. Then you need to go from there, and you need to have an office that collects this information. Hey, this veteran, we believe, died by suicide here. Here's the death certificate. And okay, yep, the coroner agrees. So therefore, we list them as a specific name, which we're hoping is going to be Green Star. And then from there, you can start to build and do more research and everything that I have not seen the VA doing yet. They're still wheeling and trying to figure out, like, okay, how do we provide therapy to this many veterans? And now they have to start seeing veterans' families.
Well, I'm just a layman on this, Matt, but I'll tell you, you know what the solution is? The VA doesn't have to handle it. The VA could step away from it. Let our veterans get the modality treatments that they need on their own. Give them the resources. Let their medical insurance, let their VA insurance take care of it. Let them go to a provider that they're comfortable with, that they feel secure with, be it equine therapy, be it couch therapy, be it whatever therapeutic modality they can use to get their head straight. That's what the VA's got to do. The VA doesn't have to sit there and talk to a 21-year-old out of psychology college, who took psychology 101, has no business talking to a veteran about his traumas. They have to go to a specific person who knows what they're talking about, who's either been there or felt their pain. And that's what, once we start doing that, that's when we could start healing our veterans. As for what names to call it, we don't need a name. It's an injury to the brain. It's just like a TBI. That's what a TBI has, the same impact on the brain as the stress from cortisol and all these other chemicals that dump into your brain. When you look at colors in brains, from a green brain, they want you to have a blue brain. That means your brain is working correctly. You know what? If you did most brain scans on any one of these veterans, I guarantee you wouldn't get a blue brain because of the traumas that they endured. We went from shell shock to every war has a different name for it. It's a brain injury. Simple as that. Treat it as such.
And this, I don't want to slam the VA.
I'm not slandering the VA at all.
Think about how the VA works. The VA kind of really doesn't go out there and certify its own doctors. It doesn't run its own med school. It doesn't come up with psych medicine and say this is how things are. They take from the accredited departments like medicine, and then you have behavioral health medicine, and that's all credentialed and everything. So they're taking the information that those schools of thought train and believe in, right? So if they hadn't advanced in the civilian world or accredited other types of therapy, then they can't, as the VA can't just say, okay, yeah, let's do equine therapy without the numbers coming in to prove that it's beneficial. I do equine therapy myself. So I really am tuned into the intricacies where, again, the VA doesn't do its own credentialing or anything like that. It has to utilize what is out there and being utilized as treatments and therapies. No, so in the end, the civilian populace is going to benefit from what we do today.
I get that. I get what you're saying. That's why I'm saying let the veteran go and seek out his own therapeutic modality, being in the civilian world, not go to the VA. How many times has a veteran, and I've heard it many times, where if they are having an episode, if they are triggered, or if they're stressing out, and they call the VA, all right, so come in 4 weeks. We'll see you in 4 weeks. We'll see you in 6 weeks. No, that person needs it now. Not in 4 weeks, not in 2 days, that person needs it now. When someone is having a trigger effect or a stress or anxiety, we need to see them now. You have to talk them off the bridge. You have to get them out of because they'll just keep going down that rabbit hole.
No, you're absolutely right. And they're still trying to figure out a way to do that. The VA. And the types of places that they can refer to. Like, I personally had to use givenhour.org because I needed therapy immediately, and they couldn't get me in for 3 months. And I live in a metropolitan area I'm in South New Jersey. So it looks like I'm frozen. Hello. I'm frozen here. Can you guys still see me, hear me? We there? What just happened? Okay. Nat, send me a text if you guys can still hear me. I'll keep talking. Okay. So you can still hear and see me. Where was I? So I believe that the VA has done the best that they can trying to get veterans in as quick as they can with the amount of people they're allowed to hire or certify through different agencies and that kind of thing. It's kind of like the subcontracting or the referrals out type of thing. I still hope that when the VA does their research to refer me to so-and-so out in the civilian network, that they've done their research that this person is trained with trauma and can actually, handle the issues that I'm having. Very recently, I went or tried to go back through therapy. I had a total of 4 visits. The first visit was a no-call, no-show from the provider. She was off that day. She said that her office had scheduled her improperly. The second visit we actually had. The third visit, there was a no-call, no-show. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, please refer me out. So the next time that we talked was a week later when I got a call from the behavioral health department at the VA hospital. And they recommended this one person. So I real quick, while I'm talking on the phone with them, pulled them up on the internet and was like, hey, this person specializes in child psychology. Can we find someone that is, trauma certified? Anyway, so I just feel that the VA, Green Star doesn't want to recreate the wheel. We want to work with everybody and anybody that's out there already working in this field. We'd like to help and work with the VA to create an office that collects this information, that reviews it and evaluates it and comes up with new treatments and certifies other treatments, but also finds ways to work with those organizations that are already trying to help veterans, like givenhour.org, and that kind of thing. Not retraining Green Star veteran service officers to go out there, but providing training to the VSOs that are already there through the other veterans organizations and that kind of thing. Everybody in Green Star did not get into this to get out there and get rich and get big and famous and run kind of our own little organization. We all are focused on working with the government, working with the VA, working with other veterans organizations so that we can provide the best treatments, modalities, coverage for families. Right now we're focusing on the post-ventive, which it seemed like, especially when we started, there wasn't a lot of organizations that focused on the family or remembered the families that have lost their veteran to suicide. And that's really what had always affected me as a medic was, you know, having family members call and say, okay, what do I do now? And it's like, I don't know, like, what can we do? And a lot of times if the veteran is on active duty, when they died by suicide, their family had like 30 days to get off post. There's no more ID card or renewal of ID card so that they could get back on the post to where treatments and therapies and families that they'd become close with were located. So with the recognition of the Green Star family, we are looking for these families to, one, be recognized, have a title, because a lot right now what's happening is for the last 3 years, there's been a major push to put these families under Gold Star. I didn't want to get into this without being able to see your guys' face and such, but we really think that that's inappropriate because of many reasons. The one reason, and it's not the top reason, I'm just saying one, is that it will tarnish the Gold Star service banner and what that represents. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, no, it goes deeper than that. So if you put these families under there, the benefits that the Gold Star families receive could quite possibly be a reason for a veteran to choose suicide. So if you put them under Gold Star, either the Gold Star benefits have to change and lessen, or it becomes a reason for more Green Stars to come about. And we definitely don't want that. What we're looking for benefit-wise under the Green Star service banner are for benefits for the family to receive treatment and therapy and heal in appropriate and proper manner with dignity. And we just don't feel that putting these families under Gold Star would help them do that. I've heard, this was back in 2020, from a Green Star mother, that she was referred to Gold Star. When she showed up to Gold Star, she received the benefits, but they were for bereavement counseling. What I don't think the benefits under Gold Star are actually tuned into is what these families actually need. What I mean by that is this service member came home for over a year and a half. There was in and outs into, you know, hospitals and ERs for behavioral health concerns, high suicide possibility, kept getting released, kept coming out, kept having violent outbursts due to substances, etc. So these families need more than bereavement counseling. They need trauma counseling. They may have compounded trauma that needs to be focused on and worked with. There could be anything. So if you're going to put them under something else, have a plan for everything, and it really just doesn't feel like they do. So with Green Star getting it approved, having it its own service banner, and allowing these families to come to us and report back like, hey, this is the therapy. I'm going to keep talking because I'm getting reports that some people watching can hear and see me and everything. So I believe that the studio's having some tech issues with the sound. So I'm just going to keep talking, but keep texting too on social medias. I can answer questions because I can see them pop up at the bottom. This is all new to me. I wasn't prepared to have total solo-ness on my end. But anyway, so with the formal recognition from the government, just stating that the Green Star service banner, I'm basically hosting the show. The Green Star service banner will represent and identify the families who've lost their veteran to suicide. Then our second phase is to start a database so that we can receive the veterans' names, death certificates, different things that we've discussed. I'm not going to get too much into detail, but we need a really secure network for that.
There we go.
Hey!
All right, Matt.
All right, how much am I getting? Because that was that's double time. No,
You know?
I don't even think.
Matt, everything you just said, I agree with 100%.
100%.
I really do. You brought up some valid. You brought up some great points.
You should run for
And-
office.
Listen, Matt, I got to let you know we had some technical difficulty. You ran the show. This was all you.
We had no news feed of you at all.
I mean, I was texting you. I tried to call.
No, honestly, it was great. The watchers and supporters, you know, kept putting things up like, we can see you, they're frozen, keep talking.
We're like,
so,
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
so
you did a
that's
great job. You did a great job.
Your facial expressions were on point. You were very animated. I think you did a great job.
Yeah.
and there we go.
Everything
Well,
we had is recorded, so
yeah.
we will post the recorded version later.
Yeah. So, Matt, just wanted to get back to, and I'm sure
say
our
everything you
listeners
just did.
probably did we go off Facebook or YouTube? No, everything stayed on, right?
Okay.
All right. So once again, you know, what we were bringing up that you couldn't hear is that we would like, you know, we're going to back you up 100%. The 99% Radio Network is going to support this movement, and we are going to try to at least get you state certified here in Texas. We will bring it to every legislator, every congressperson, everybody that will open up their ears and listen. We will use our voice to help start this ball rolling. We got the Memorial Park here in Texas. We can get this done as well. We will do everything in our power to get you guys to start the ball rolling, and at least in Texas right here, get it recognized.
We'll use our voice when we pay our bills, and you can hear us.
Yeah. So,
I think that's an important point. Is anybody listening? Because I know I got people in different states and stuff like that. Just contact your representatives. I never contacted a representative. I didn't even know how. Then you just do a quick Google search. It's real simple and easy to see who your representatives are. And then you go onto their webpage and it has a space where you can type your message in. And it can be as simple as, hey, can you support Green Star legislation? That's it. Because a lot of officials, representatives, have heard of Green Star now. And that's usually the first question I open with when I meet a new representative. And that's because of Representative Van Drew, who has kept it in Congress for the past 2 Congresses. This Congress, we're still working on the draft, but we have a new representative, Rob Bresnahan, and Madeline Dean that are going to co-sponsor this bill. So we have across the aisle working,
Right.
nonpartisan issue. And I think that's really what we've needed since 2020 was for representatives to be talking to veterans organizations, different veterans organizations giving their input, which I think the Pentagon just answered in December of 2024, which is like, we're not putting these families under Gold Star. So people are finally getting into it, understanding what service banners are, understanding the difference between a blue service banner, a gold service banner, and why the importance of a green service banner is very much needed.
Yes.
I believe that this is our generation's service banner because those 2 service banners were approved over 100 years ago. So, this is our generation's fight. This is what our generation can do so that the future militaries, especially the United States, are not only mentally healthy to be fighting wars and defending the United States, but also coming back and being able to survive. And to me, that definition of the strongest military in the world isn't one that can just conquer and go out and do whatever, bring peace, all that, but be able to come home and survive as well.
And that's the hardest aspect of it.
And it's not just the United States having a problem with this issue. I have a friend in Canada who's watching right now. Steve, he is telling me about the Canadians' issues in the military with veteran suicide. There's some veteran friends of mine in Britain and Australia, and they're reporting the same thing. So we can.
Same in the UK. UK, most veterans in the UK are living on the street. Most of them are homeless. There is no housing available. There's nothing for our veterans in the UK. So it is a global problem. It's a global issue.
And we're here for the families. You never know what we can help out with. Our organization sticks specifically right now, currently at getting the legislation passed so that this is formalized, recognized, and 100% like this is what it is, and now we can move forward with other things. But we work closely with many veterans organizations that we can refer you to for further guidance and assistance with other things that don't deal with mental health. We do work with a lot of mental health providers. So if there is an issue, especially, you know, with my other organization, VETS, the Veteran Equine Therapy Specialists, we've expanded now thanks to Wawa, who's continued to fund. Yeah, it's a Natalie can explain it to you.
I know a Wawa. I haven't heard that in a while.
Wawa's been great. We've been able to expand to see veterans' children, their dependents, anywhere from 3 years old up to 12 years old, and watching those kids come out and be able to get a better understanding of what happened to their service member that died by suicide is just amazing. And it's so needed because so many things can go wrong at that age in school. The wrong therapist get involved, that kind of thing, that doesn't understand trauma, that doesn't specialize in trauma. And it's like bringing family home to be like, hey, we can help you get through this.
Yep.
And what you were saying, to my point exactly, is the government needs to figure out a way to get veterans to become therapists, because nobody can treat another veteran like a veteran can. With my 26 years and being a medic, I mean, I can talk to veterans, and just because I say I'm a medic, they just open up to me. It's really wild. But it's something that needs to get worked on now. It needs to get worked on fast, and it needs to be like in place by mid next year.
I agree. And I'm just going to give a little plug out on that aspect and just transition. If you are a veteran in need of any help, have you ever heard of 220, Matt?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm actually doing therapy through them.
You are. Yeah, I went through therapy with them
Yes,
as well.
I love the therapist.
Yep. Do you Dan or Nick?
No, mine's a female.
Okay.
Can't
oh my gosh.
that.
No, they
widow's brain right now.
They are amazing at 220. They offer brain spotting and EMDR and different modalities that you can do from the privacy of your own home. You can do stuff right on a Zoom call, hour a week, and it's 100% free. It's 100% free to all veterans and first responders. That's 220. They are amazing.
We are oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Widow's brain, I'm telling you. Partnering with them, and I don't know if they're on our website yet, but I know we're going to be on each other's websites.
Fantastic.
I think I have my last one, or going to have one with Dr. Pam, and then the therapist I had, and yeah, it's been great. It's a little different.
It is.
But because I'm a widow and I have also been diagnosed with PTSD, complicated grief, which has gone into, with what I've gone into is equivalent to TBI.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't just end with that veteran once they take their lives. It literally gets passed down to the wives and the spouses and the kids.
Yes.
And I'm dealing with it. I'm the true face of it.
Well, I thank you so much for being able to share your story and coming here today. I know how hard it is. It's I can't imagine how difficult it is, but what you're doing here today is helping others.
Yeah.
You and possibly even saving a life out there for a spouse to maybe
Get resources.
well, maybe, because there are, once again, a lot of spouses out there that are not in the military that are dealing with a husband or a wife that is battling post-traumatic stress. They don't know how to handle it. So they kind of say, I'm going to give you your space. I'm going to give you your space. Sometimes you need to take the reins because they can't. They don't know which way because they're like brain fog or anything else.
And that's where I have always said, and I've been very open about it, where I felt like I was naive and in denial about it, because my husband and I battled everything together. I mean, we had a great marriage. We never fought, this whole connection thing. And I know the week and a half before he came to me and he was just distraught about the work stress and the stuff that was going on. And I was like, I'm an Aries, I'm a fixer. I'm like, let's do X, Y, and Z, and this, and it'll get better. Let's get through this grand opening of this hotel and this and that. And I thought that was going to be it. We're going to be good. And he wasn't good. And that's where I wish I'd have had more. When hindsight's 2020, but when I look back, he wasn't sleeping. His sleep was so off. He wasn't working out like he should have been. He was having some medical procedure stuff going on that, was kind of weighing on him a little bit. And just now that I look back, I'm like, man, he sure did have a lot of shit going on.
Mhm.
We were in the middle of a litigation with his first ex-wife. And I mean, just,
it's a lot of weight.
It was
a lot of weight to hold.
Yeah. And the stuff that was going on with work was super, super heavy stuff. But I thought, we're great. We're going to get through this. We always get through it.
Because you were not his ally. You were, he smiled with you. He laughed with you. He didn't want to show, like most veterans, they don't want to show any weakness.
Or
they
be a
don't,
burden. He didn't
or
want
be
to
a
put
burden,
any
or be-
more
right.
that burden on me.
Exactly.
Somebody's asking, is 22-0 available across the country?
Yes, it is. 220 is available across country. Go on to their website, 220.org or .com, either one of those. It's run by veterans. Nick, I think, is a Navy veteran. Go onto their website. But yes, it's available throughout the country. Actually, with 220, I was battling last year, and when I first heard about 220, I spoke to them briefly on the phone, and Nick turned around. And he goes, all right, where are you located? I said, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. He goes, well, I think he was on the East Coast in Georgia or something, right? So, and this was on a Monday, and this is how wonderful 220 is. This was on a Monday. He goes, so what are you doing Wednesday? I go, probably working. He goes, all right, well, you're gonna have to take off work Wednesday. He goes, because I'm flying in. He goes, because I'm flying in to help you on.
Oh, wow.
I go, you're flying in from Georgia or wherever he was. He goes, yeah. He goes, I want to help you.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I didn't know who this guy was. He just flew in.
That means that's a lot. That's
That,
big.
that
Big.
meant a lot. And we worked 2 days, just 2 days. He did it. He did some brain spotting on me. Found out
Nothing in there?
He found out that it was totally empty. So that I have,
welcome,
and I've gone through a couple of MRIs and everything else, but he found 2 TBIs.
Yeah.
Found out that my prefrontal cortex was fucked and not working. My memory was all screwed up. My parasympathetic and my sympathetic nerves were all messed up. Yeah. It was all messed up. But through his process, first one was a 2-hour process, and the next one was a 1-hour process the next day. Actually stopped one of the triggers that I was feeling.
Wow. Yeah.
They are a wonderful, wonderful group of people and individuals, and well trained, and will go above and beyond for this. So 220.org or 220.com.
What does 220 stand like? Because I know there's 22 blah and all that thing. Yeah, what is?
I think it goes because they said they don't want any more suicide.
So 22
a day to 0.
To 0.
Yeah,
Yeah, 22 to 0. So it's 22.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So Matt, what could we do? Like you said, email your local congressman, your senator. I would say meet them where they have coffee, and meet them where they have lunch, and meet them when they're going out to the movies, and be relentless. Get out there in front of their face. Make sure you say the name, Green Star Family, Green Star Family. Put it on a bumper sticker, get it out there, because that's what makes it count. You don't want to be a lost email. You want to be able to make sure that you explain this correctly, right? To our politicians and to anybody else who will listen.
And with that much energy, come join us. We're rapidly expanding nationally, and we can use people in every state.
Well, I know the battle.
Whether you just want to do events, whether you want to fundraise, whether you just want to, keep tabs of what's going on. If you're good with finances and want to help out with CPA stuff, by all means. Grant writers.
The F word. He said the F word.
Well,
yeah. So I mean, everything. So.
And you guys are privately funded, right?
We're looking for that private funder right now, but mostly through donations.
Through donations. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I like to throw donation parties.
okay, and so what I'm gonna do right now on behalf of the 99% Radio Network, we are gonna be hosting an event early of 2026 with Bag Lady Sue, who supports all our veterans. If you look up Bag Lady Sue, she is
Make sure you don't have kids in the room. Though.
yeah. She is a comic. She is a comic for the past 30
She was
years.
a hustler.
And she has been all over the country supporting our military, doing shows for our military, and she's coming to Texas. So what I'm going to propose to you is that show, all the money raised from the Bag Lady Sue comedy show goes to Green Star Families.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
Thank you so
We've
much.
got a date.
Betty
and
will help with that.
Yep, we will
that
put
on.
a big
Girl.
thing together for Green Star and support you 100%.
By the way, Micah, we're throwing a party at your shop.
Yeah, Texas Harley Davidson,
Micah,
clean
we're
the floors. We're coming back.
We're throwing a
We're
party.
coming back.
Throw a party.
So if I can expand just a little bit more on that's what I said. The reason why we're looking for a private funder type of thing or a company to fund us is I'm on Grant Watch. I've been on Grant Watch for like the last year. And with what we do, there's really not grants out there that we can go for to achieve. What I mean by that is like right now, everything's tech and AI, and I don't want to partner with a company that's like, you're going to put an AI therapist and we're going to back you with money. And like, what if that's not good? Like, we don't want to get tied down to anything like that. But again, a lot of the grants don't go towards lobbying, which I totally understand. We're really educating with a lobbying piece. So looking for help with building like a secure network to house the information in for the veterans and such like that. It always feels like just as we're getting close to a funder, they want like something that maybe not beneficial to the families that we serve. So initially, until we have things in place, we're being overly cautious with making sure that we're not selling out, families or making them more vulnerable to somebody that wants bad things it's not bad, obviously, I guess, selling information and that kind of stuff.
Well, here at the 99, we won't do that. We'll just raise money and give it to you.
Look, I know where they work.
Yeah.
No,
Raise money
and that's why I agreed to come on your show. It's but we're really looking for that company or that person who wants to make history, because when you look up where Green Star came from and what year it got approved, it's going to say right next to there, just like it does with Gold Star, the people who made it happen. Yeah. So if you want to make history and you've got money to fund and help guide this where it's got to go, by all means, please get in touch with me, make history, get your names in the history books. And this is going to be the new cause, the rippling effect for the 2020s. You know what I mean? So,
well, Matt, your mission, your organization.
Are you in a kilt right now?
Holds near and dear to. No, he's wearing no underwear. He's wearing nothing.
A kilt at the game.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I was just curious.
He wasn't the only one, though.
I was just curious if he was in his kilt today.
Are you wearing your kilt?
You understand the.
I want you to stand up. I'm just kidding. I'm scared. Actually, no.
No, don't ask him to stand up. Just don't.
No, so there's actually a reason behind the kilt, other than just I like wearing them.
I'm Scottish
Irish. My friend Andy McCaffrey, who died by suicide in 2020, he was a special forces soldier, lost his arm below the right elbow, his right hand, forearm, trained, got requalified, and deployed 3 more times back to Afghanistan. He was actually the first amputee member to return to combat. Wow. He then, when he just couldn't serve anymore in the battlefield, did the Paralympics and stuff with the military. So he was doing triathlons, and he always wore a kilt. Always wore a kilt when he was doing that. The second reason why I wear a kilt is because I find that, especially at functions that are black tie and that kind of stuff, people will approach me and they don't know what to expect. So I like that, because that leaves it open so that we can talk about Green Star. We can talk about veteran suicide. We can talk about the truths and the hard truths that need to be talked about, moving it just past like, oh, God bless you. And, that's all they want to hear. It's like, no, when you actually have the people who've gotten the guts to come up and talk to me and wearing a kill,
So people, if you see Matt, it's not a dress. It's not just some man wearing a dress. It's a kilt. It's a kilt.
Kilt with purpose.
A kilt
Yep.
with purpose.
Yeah.
Definitely is. So I thank you all for listening to that. And
A kilt of kindness.
Yeah.
Wait, it's coming.
It's coming. There's
Kilt
more?
them with kindness. Kilt them with
Kilt
kindness.
them with kindness.
Well,
See, she's
you know,
got the vibe.
Matt, I can't thank you enough. You are now part of the 99% Radio Network family. We are gonna do everything in our power to raise the awareness flag for you. We are gonna be relentless. We are gonna bring this forward. And we have Natalie right here in our backyard. She is going to come with us and Jeffrey Gray, and we're going to meet with Karen Solomon down at Heroes Memorial Bridge when she flies in, and we're going to discuss things even further.
Heck yeah.
Because Karen has a lot of pull on the East Coast as well, and she can help with some resources with First Help. And we got a lot of resources and veteran resources here that we can definitely work together with and help network as well. So
I'm so appreciative for you guys. Thank you for helping us.
We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate you, Natalie. I mean, any words that you want to share before we wrap this up?
The one thing I was talking about earlier is, and how I was talking about how I got in that mindset of I didn't feel like I was enough. It was a hard pill to swallow to understand that, that I wasn't enough for my husband. And we talked about earlier, he needed that veteran to veteran contact. We were great. We were soulmates. We were, attached at the hip, but veterans need other veterans. And that is such a big thing. So if you know a veteran, make sure they get involved with other veterans. That is my one big, it is. Yeah. And I did not, we weren't married while he was doing deployment and stuff. We got together. We had actually known each other since we were in junior high, and we were later in life marriages. We were in our mid 30s. Yeah. And, after
was meant to be.
Yeah. After 2 kids, or after 2 marriages each and all these kids. And then we got married. And yeah, that's, no matter how great we were together, he needed that support. And that's where I was like, man, I couldn't give him that because I didn't understand that. I mean, he was doing desk duty at Fort Leonard Wood after his second tour in South Korea. So he came back and he was just like, this is boring. I don't want to do this. I've been an MP. So I didn't see that action. So
I think it's also, I hope I'm not sounding ignorant about it, but I think it's also pretty hard for people to admit that they're going through things, especially when he's big, strong military or MP or something, and then he's your protector, and you can still have fun with him, but I think it's really hard for them to maybe admit that they are having struggles. And even if they did, for you to be able to relate in the way they need, because sometimes they don't want you just to go, it's okay. They don't necessarily want that. I'm one of those, I don't like coddling, but I can't imagine being in that situation. They need that, like you said, that other soldier or other person that was in the same fight they were, they can relate.
And that's, and you said earlier, them coming back, still being, and that's my thing. No matter how he died, he was still a hero. That's what's on his headstone. Our hero and protector. And that's how he will always be remembered.
And you see the VFWs, the VFW halls, the American Legion halls, those places where veterans used to meet so frequently. We hear from commanders around the country how those VFW halls and American Legion halls are dwindling down. If you see them, they're closing down because they don't have the people going into them. Those are prime places for our veterans to gather and be able to talk to somebody who is battling, talk to a World War, well, maybe not so much World War II anymore, but a Vietnam or a past vet, and learn their struggles, learn how to heal from those. But those meeting places are starting to dwindle down. So we have to find another area where people can meet, and that's where we meet at the bridge. We go Heroes Memorial Bridge, and that is all across the country. We have it here in Texas. We have 2 spots here in Texas, Fort Worth and in Rockwall. They have it in the Catskills in New York. They have it in Montana. They have it in Alabama. They have it in the UK. They're all over the country. Just look at our Facebook page and you can find them out and find out who the leaders are. We have them in Destin, Florida. Started up a couple of weeks ago. So they're building, and if you want to build a walk the bridge by you, all you have to do is just start walking the bridge. Just do it and invite people. And when people start asking you, what are you doing?
Walking the bridge.
Walking the bridge for suicide. Walking the bridge to raise awareness.
Want to have brunch and walk the bridge? Yeah. Let's go. So, yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. You know, when we talk about therapy, there may be a therapist in your future.
This is my therapy. I got therapy.
So please, you know, everybody, if you can donate $5, $10, $15, whatever you can donate, every dollar counts. Go to greenstarfamilies.org, right? Or .com?
Org.
.org. Go to greenstarfamilies.org. Donate what you can. You know, forego that week of Starbucks. Put your Starbucks money in there. You can deal with it. Whatever you can, because what you're doing is helping out a family, a spouse, their kids, an organization that is striving for a better well-being for our veterans who give so much for us. Remember, me and Pitbull couldn't be here today if it wasn't for a veteran. They fight for our freedoms each and every day. They protect this country. We sleep well at night because of our veterans and our first responders.
My daddy was a veteran. I really wouldn't be here for that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
On Halloween.
On Halloween.
So, you know what? God bless you. And instead of walking up to those Vietnam vets or those Afghanistan vets or those Iraq vets and saying thank you, you know what? Go over and say, I appreciate you fighting for my freedoms, because that's why we sleep well at night, because of them. I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank you, Natalie. I want to thank you, Matt. Whatever we can do for you, please let us know. But God bless both of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for this privilege.
Thank you. And this is 99% Radio Network. Once again, it's all about the veterans. Right after our next commercial break, we're going to be bringing up the Cowtown Marine Corps League as we present a check to them. Money.
Cash, money.
From the Baked Biker Pie Rally that we held at Texas Harley-Davidson to support our Cowtown Marine Corps League. Right after this message.
This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear us from out. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Let the good times roll.
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 2,000 lives from choking.
We started this company in our garage, just hoping to make a difference, because over 5,000 lives are needlessly lost each year to choking incidents.
Help LifeVac on our mission to save lives.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
LifeVac's patented design creates a one-way suction to remove food or objects obstructing airways. All you have to do is place, push, and pull. And just like that, LifeVac can save a life from choking.
Quite frankly, I thought I was going to die. The LifeVac saved my life in 1-2 seconds.
Get your very own LifeVac now and get 20% off. Visit lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac.
As my personal promise to you, if you order a LifeVac and have to use it, LifeVac will replace it free.
LifeVac works on adults, teens, or toddlers and can be ready in seconds and last a lifetime, guaranteed.
Best of all, you can even use a life hack on yourself, the elderly, physically impaired, or those that other methods may not be possible or are dangerous. In the event of a choking emergency, you could save a life, even your own.
Thank you, Daddy.
Life is precious and time matters.
Choking can happen anywhere. Help us put a life hack in every home, school, restaurant, car, office, everywhere.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own life back now.
LifeVac saves lives. Order one for your home, the office. It also makes a great gift. Use promo code Jackie and save 20%. Don't wait another minute. A life might depend on it. Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. That's lifevac.net or 877-LifeVac. Order now.
Gonna sit by the fishing pond with my fishing reel all day long, hoping to catch a bass or two. Gonna pitch a tent tonight underneath that bright moonlight, get my guitar to sing a tune. I'm gonna make sweet memories with you. Woke up to the morning air, I saw my baby standing there with a pair of keys in his hand. He said, let's go for a ride in my Harley Davidson, that's right. Let the breeze go through your hair. Every time I play this song, it's gonna make me think of you and sweet memories and everything we've ever done. And you gave me something that no one else has ever done. Gonna dance the night away at Garner State Park, that's where I stay. Turn the jukebox on. Play me some Kevin Fowler, Josh Abbott, give him a holler. Aaron Watts is playing on. Every time I play this song, it's gonna make me think of you and sweet memories and everything we've ever done. And you gave me something that no one else has ever done. Gonna sit by the fishing pond with my fishing reel all day long, hoping to catch a bite or two.
Janie Baldaris, man, of the Baldaris.
From the House of
The House of
Baldaris.
Baldaris. Janie will be hosting one of our new music segments coming up probably early next month. Stay tuned for that. And that's going to be a lot of fun. She has got a wonderful voice, man.
Yes, she does.
She also played in the Celebrity Softball Classic. She did
How could
real
you
well.
miss her with all that sequence?
I know. She was wonderful. She was wonderful.
It's like a country disco ball.
Ah.
I love it.
So, right now I want to introduce from the Cowtown Marine Corps League. We got Trent and Cynthia. You not only Sassy Sin. You'll know her from the drop that she does when she rolls up on the motorcycle. One of our great drops. The Cowtown Marine Corps League, the 99% Radio Network, and the Battling Betties hosted a
baked biker pie rally
over at Texas Harley Davidson, and we raised some funds for you guys.
Just a little bit.
I ordered the big check, but the check never came in the mail. So you'll have to settle. You guys are going to have to settle for cash.
Cash is king.
Cash is king. So, we had some vendors down at Texas Harley Davidson. We had the beer garden.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of different things going on, and we raised a little cash for you. I'll just.
It's in your pocket. I'm not getting it. I'm not
It's
getting
not
it
rolls
out.
of quarters, is it?
It's all
Should have brought it
pennies.
all in quarters. So we raised $700.
Awesome.
For your for the Cowtown
That
Marine
was off
Corps
of
League.
beer and vendors.
Yes, I hope next year we're able to double and triple it, and
Yes.
quadruple it. So, Trent, tell us a little bit about what the Cowtown Marine Corps League is all about.
So, Cowtown Marine Corps League, there's within
Man, that
DFW,
voice.
there's
Ooh.
about
Hey there.
there's about 8 different detachments. We are specifically represent Fort Worth. And what it is, it's a veterans organization where Marines and Navy that served in the FMF, which is Fleet Marine Force, get together. We also have a lot of associate members, and that's what people don't understand. You could still be involved. Cynthia is one of our finest associate members, and she does a lot of work. And the way I explain it is the associate members seem to do more than we do. Because
you guys just sit back and eat crayons all day while the associates, associates do everything else.
I mean, we get there and the associate members almost feel like they have to earn it, but they don't. We just appreciate having people around. The more people that you have, the more people it brings in. And that's the hard thing, is getting the word out. Our next meeting is November the 4th, which is Tuesday, November the 4th. And it's going to be at the Saltgrass right there on 35 West and Western. And it's to celebrate the Marine Corps birthday, the 250th.
years.
Yeah, 250 years. So we're going to have a little event there. And then going forward, our meetings are the first Tuesday of every month. And we just try to get as many people in to just join us and just talk about, the discussions aren't always about the Marine Corps. It's about life. It's about what's going on with your family. It's about, some people looking for jobs, some people, needing help with this.
Networking.
It's just a complete networking group. But with the Marine Corps, we're kind of a weird group. We're
know
tight.
that. We know that.
We're tight.
We
So
just didn't think you knew that.
yeah, we unfortunately do. And I get reminded of that every day by my wife, who was in the Army. So yeah, there's no love lost in our house about Marine Corps and Army for sure.
That's how I met Cynthia. Actually, she was at the Hops and Props at the Cowtown Marine Corps booth.
Oh,
And we had
okay.
the Betty's booth, and we ended up mingling, and now she's been a Betty for over a year now.
Yeah.
And that's how we got, involved with the Cowtown Marine Corps, and that they needed the funds. And let's throw a party. That's
Let's
what
throw
I
a
like
party.
to do. I like to throw parties for people.
Cynthia, and when we talk about all these when we talk about the organizations, foundations, all these grassroots startups, none of it would be possible if they didn't have the backing of volunteers or associates such as Cynthia, who are dedicated to the cause and putting in the hard work. Cynthia, tell us a little bit about what you do for the Marine Corps League.
Over the last, I think my voice is loud enough. Over the last 2 years, I know my husband and I have actually set up the info table, and passed out information about Marine Corps League, and trying to get more members to come on in, more associates to come in and join us, because, every last bit that we do goes back to Marine Corps families. It goes back to Marine Corps veterans. It goes back to widows and orphans that are out there in the Marine Corps, world. So it's something that we have a good passion for, and we love doing it.
And that's what you have to find. You have to find what your passion is, what your purpose is. When we talk about leaving the service, when we talk about if you've spent 30 years in the Marine Corps, if you spent 6 years or 4 years, when you leave, you let for 4 years you've been called Marine, right?
Right.
So when you get home and you're not a Marine no more, that's damaging, because after 4 years you actually identify as a Marine, right? You identify throughout your whole life as a Marine. There's no such thing as a retired Marine.
Right.
You always, just like a first responder, that you are identified not only in your own soul, but by your neighbors. Hey, that's Marine Trent. He's a Marine, right? That's exactly right. They don't turn around and say, hey, that's Trent. He's the guy who mops the floor at AT&T. They don't say that. They don't say that. They say
that is a very honorable job, by the way.
I got promoted. I don't mop the floor anymore.
But you identify as that, and everybody else identifies you as that, and that's an honor. But that also comes with a price, all right? Because sometimes you lose your purpose, and you got to find your purpose, and that's what the Marine Corps, the Cowtown Marine Corps League does. It makes you keep your purpose, makes you keep your dignity, your self-esteem, everything that you've worked for. Instead of sitting on a couch and eating bonbons, watching Judge Judy, you get out there.
Don't you knock my Judge Judy?
She's
a badass.
She is a badass. But you get out there with your like-minded individuals, your brothers, your sisters, people who've been in your shoes, and you get to network and talk, and you get to share and feel and be a part of that family. You don't lose that family aspect of it.
Absolutely.
Right. And so
like
that's
Mongo says, once a Marine, always a Marine.
well, and that's one of the things that I was going to say. So when you first get out of the service, all you want to do is be away from it. And the conversation previous to what we were talking about is like, guys separate themselves, and that's why the VFW, the American Legion, the Marine Corps League, people just need to step back into it. Now, you have to have your time to kind of decompress from that.
Yeah, of course.
But then, like, I was probably 4 or 5 years out before I decided that I was going to go get involved again, because I missed the brotherhood. I missed having the people to talk to that had been where I had been. And once you get that feeling again, like it's been 18 years in the Marine Corps League now.
Wow.
So, and it's just a good place to go. And it's not every day, it's once a month, but we have a chat that she lights it up every day for sure. But
I can imagine.
But I mean, we have a chat that goes on, and we kind of throw our little what's going on in life in there, what's going on in the Marine Corps League, try to get, recruitment is the hardest part, because, the group of people that came through Afghanistan and Iraq are now in the rough part of their life. They have kids that have baseball games and have, choir rehearsals, and they have all this stuff going on, and it keeps them from taking that one day, which that one day could change the way they feel about it. Just take the one time, go out to your local Marine Corps League. It doesn't have to be ours. If you're in Collin County, if you're in Denton, they're everywhere around here and all over the country. Just take that one day and go see what it's like to sit by Vietnam veterans. There's Korean veterans still hanging around. There's, Desert Storm guys like me. And then there's all kind of other people, but you've all went to there's 2 boot camps. You're in either Island Marine or you're a Hollywood Marine, right? And that's the first thing people ask each other. And then the battle starts.
Then the battle starts.
The battle starts.
But it's a fun battle.
Absolutely, it is.
Now, I can feel your passion into this, and what I like about it is, and I'm sure you're gonna answer the question exactly how I think you're gonna answer. When you wake up in the morning, probably the first thing you think about is the Marine Corps League, like what you can do or how you can benefit, or right.
It's a passion. It's a passion. Yeah, I mean, it's a passion, and I was out of the Marine Corps League for a couple of years. I was just busy with other stuff, and when I came back about a year and a half ago and came to Cowtown, it was like, why was I out for 2.5 years? I
Mhm.
mean, and now that's all I think about. Okay, how can we go get recruitment? How can we go get more people, more associates? How can we raise money to help us? How can we raise money to help these Marines? That's my thought process now.
Mhm.
Every
Yeah.
time, you're right. You think about it when you're involved with it,
But it gives you a
think about-
purpose.
Absolutely,
Hold on one
it
second,
does.
because I want to. Is Mongo? Is she? He got clothes on? Is he
He
sitting?
has a
Is he
shirt
sitting
on.
for? Is he sitting? I want to bring Mongo on because Mongo's in California.
Put your shirt on, Mongo.
He is a Marine, and I'm sure you two Marines, 3 Marines, would like to
He's
say
eating-
happy birthday to
he's
each
eating
other.
crayons over
He's eating
there
crayons over
with
there.
Natalie.
Mongo, you on?
I'm here, brother.
Hey, you know, I had to bring you on a little early because, you know, this is a conversation you should definitely be into and be a part of. I want to let you meet Trent. This is Mongo. He is one of our segment hosts.
We keep him in California, though.
Yo, he's not a Hollywood Marine, though.
Bears Island. Semper Fi, Trent.
Semper Fi, sir.
So, Mongo, you've been listening to the conversation. You got, and you know, your integrity, your mindset, everything about you, we respect. You want to weigh in on anything that you've heard?
Well, you know, I agree with what they're saying about the feeling part of a group, because I was part of the Lake Ray Hubbard chapter before they changed their name, and I left Texas. I know they've changed their name, and I'm not sure what they've changed to, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting together with a bunch of guys that, although I didn't serve with them, we all served. We had that in common. So yeah, it's a good brotherhood.
And it gave you purpose. It made you feel a part of something, because that's what we all actually,
Everybody
anybody
wants
who,
to be a part of something.
and right. And we are cut from a different cloth by God. I believe that in our veterans. I believe that in our first responders, because
Mhm.
not everybody can do the job that we do. Not everybody
They're
is
cut
geared
from
up to it.
Teflon, not cloth.
Exactly. So
Little stronger.
we have to stay true to our brothers and sisters. We have to keep that passion for God, country. Well, no, it's the Marines, God, the Marines,
America.
Of course.
God, family, crayons, and then
Well, I mean, Mongo can attest to this. I mean, anybody that stepped on those yellow footprints is a brother or sister. And
Absolutely.
you can run across them in an airport, at a sports game.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see them, and it's like you know them. I mean, it's an incredible group, because a lot of people know this, but we're about a quarter of the size of the Army. So
I'm
the
an Army
Army's this
brat.
huge group, and we've got this small, tight knit group that carries on throughout your lifetime.
But it seems like a bigger group, because being like an Army brat, that's just what I knew. But like I've seen Marines as a grown up, and it always seemed like, oh, that's the
Well,
ooh.
the reason you see them
Those
is
are
my wife,
Marines.
if she was here, she would say this. How do you know that he's a Marine? He'll tell you.
Yes, they will, or they're gonna have every sticker on the back of their car or on their motorcycle.
Hey, I was
Covered in red.
I was sitting in LAX many years ago when I was taking my daughter around the country for a tour of colleges, and I was sick. I had my flight jacket on, and I was just wanted to be left alone. And I had a couple guys walk up to me, and they introduced themselves. One was the former CO of the unit that I was in, and we talked for a while. He actually broke out a patch that he had worn in combat for probably 5 years. It was filthy dirty. He goes, "Listen, brother," he goes, "I want you to have this." So he gave me that patch. I put that patch on my jacket, and I still have it on there today. It's ugly, filthy dirty, but I still wear it.
Means the most. I think
and
I
it
like
probably
care-
means so much to you, right?
Absolutely.
But if you want to be left alone, that's not the jacket you wear. If you want to be left alone, you wear like a COVID mask.
You want to be left alone. You put on an Air Force jacket, you go sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
this was many years before COVID. We hadn't invented that disease yet.
That's true.
All right, Mongo. Thank you for weighing in. We're going to bring you back in about 5 minutes.
We'll
for the
bring you out
Mongo
of
log.
time out in a
All
minute.
right, I'll be there.
All right, put some pants on.
No, no, don't.
All right, so when you say recruitment is an issue, because a lot of the young Marines are so busy with other aspects of life, but to the other Marines that are busy, do not lose focus, because when that stuff disappears, or not even disappears, but when the kids are grown, when family starts to I don't want to say go away, but when the baseball games are over, the soccer games are over, you're heading towards retirement, you want to be a part of something now. So dip your toes in the water, get your feet wet, introduce yourself. There's no mandatory stuff on making meetings.
It's not mandatory. So we have a guy that joined, I want to say it was about 3 months ago, and he came in that one day and he said, I'm joining, but I have so much going on. This is probably the only time I'll come. And we had the discussion. For now, because our meetings were on Thursday. And when I took over, I was like, Thursday's just a tough day, because that's if you have kids that play sports, so I moved the meetings to Tuesday to try to open up the window. So, and I hope that helps get more people, just, even if you can come once every 3 months. What's that?
Taco night on Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you can get people to just join in.
Pipple will be there.
You bring tacos.
But it's just taking that first step. Just go and see what you think. The feeling of talking to people that were standing on those yellow footprints with you at some point in time, it'll change what you think about the Marine Corps League. It's not a bunch of old men sitting around smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Where we meet is in a non-smoking place. You're not going to come out smelling like,
right.
It's just a place where we sit around and talk.
And you don't have to be a Marine. I mean, like the associate members, it gives you a sense of community, it gives you a sense of purpose, and it's giving back to those who've given so much to us.
Yeah. Cynthia, has it kind of changed your life a little bit? Has it changed your perspective? Has it made you a better person in any way?
I truly feel like it has. I mean, my godfather was in the Air Force, and I grew up around Air Force.
Sorry to hear that.
And then I married a crayon eater. A Marine, and
I think his favorite color is purple, he said.
Yep, his favorite color is purple.
Yeah.
He said it tastes like the number 7. Yeah. But it's given me a sense of purpose. It's given me something to, kind of put my focus on, other than Betty's, but without them, it wouldn't have led to Betty's.
Right.
That's right.
So, it gives you a sense of community. It gives you a sense of purpose. And these guys have just, guys and girls both, have just opened their arms and accepted me as one of the family as well, even though I didn't
amazing.
Serve.
That's amazing.
But you support.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're a spouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but now, and good point. Is your husband's a part of the Marine Corps League?
He is. He's a part of the Marine Corps
So
League.
that gives you a connection, a bond together. Something else that you guys can talk about instead of just throwing dishes and pots and pans at each other.
Absolutely.
You can say, "Hey, don't throw that. We got the meeting tonight."
Absolutely.
Well, and so my wife is a part of the Marine Corps League, and she's an Army veteran.
So, yeah. Why is she not a Betty?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
she actually wants to be a Betty.
Yay! Juliet.
Hey, Juliet.
I know you're watching.
I got you, Juliet.
All right. Well, if there are some Marines out there, there are some volunteers out there. How could they contact you? How could they say, "Yeah, I want to be a part of this"? Is there a website?
Yeah. So the website is cowtownmcl.org, and it'll have all the information of how to connect to us. It'll have our schedule. I think we need to update the schedule, but yeah. It'll have the schedule on it. Everything that they need is there.
And we also have a Facebook page as well, and you can reach out to us there as well.
I think I just want to see if I did this.
CowtownMCL.org.
O-R-G.
I thought I put you guys. Oh no, I didn't. We will put. We will have their logo and their contact information on our Facebook, on our website under our partnerships. So you can just go to the 99% Radio Network, look at our partnerships. We will have all your contact, one click, and you'll be there as well. So I want to thank you both, and we appreciate your service, and keep up the great work. And anything that the 99 can do, we will definitely support you as well, because we support all our veterans and our first responders.
Well, and thank you guys for the Harley Day and helping us raise money. And you guys,
it was a great day.
You guys do a lot for the veteran community. And one of the things that I would say about, the American Legion VFW, we all need to work together, because us working together and not having our standoffs on who needs to be where helps
without a doubt
with everything else.
Yeah, helps serve our veterans.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, man. All right. Well, thank you, Trent. Thank you, Cynthia. The Cowtown Marine Corps League. Check them out. Be a part of it. Volunteer, support, run a fundraiser. Every dollar counts. Once again, man, be a part of something bigger than yourself. Support our veteran foundations, organizations, grassroots people. Make sure you get out there, because, like I said before, man, if it wasn't for our veterans, we would not be here today. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to bring in the other veteran, Marine Corps veteran, Mongo, with his famous Mongo log right after this.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case, dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case, so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
I'm Sassy Sin with Battle and Betties, and I ride with the 99% radio.
Gets its name. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. On this endless track, we move forward.
Mongo! Santa Maria!
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
Hey, welcome back to 99% Radio Network. We got U.S. Marine Corps veteran Mongo Log. Happy birthday, Mongo.
Wow.
What's going on, everybody?
Marines 250th birthday.
Oh, I thought you meant his birthday.
You look good for 250.
I thought you meant it.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. It's coming up. I'm not quite as old as the Marine Corps, but I'm old.
You could have fooled me.
You're looking good, brother. You're looking good.
Thank you.
He works out.
Oh man. So what are you going to bless us with on today's Mongolog?
Well, I took a cue from you, and so this week's Mongolog is entitled "Biden's Secret Spying."
All right. Well, we're ready for it. Bring it on.
All right, so here we go.
All right.
On January 6, 2021, supporters of the end of first term President Donald Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol. This one-day protest march, or as it has been referred to in the media, the insurrection attempt, injured 140 law enforcement officers, enforced a panic evacuation by the nation's political representatives, and according to the mainstream media's reporting, threatened the peaceful transfer of power scheduled for January 20th. The soon-to-be inaugurated President Biden wasted no time upon entering the office of president to initiate partisan politics, protecting his family against the man who had previously held that position. Newly released documents reveal that former special counsel Jack Smith authorized the FBI to survey all of the private phone conversations of 9 lawmakers, 8 of them being Republican senators, during this hyper-partisan January 6th investigation. This was a blatant abuse of power that underscores the relentless lawfare campaign waged by Biden-era legal activists against Donald Trump and his allies. It may not be worse than Watergate, but Biden's FBI move to secretly pull the phone records of 9 Republicans seated in Congress, including 8 senators, sets a recent new low in partisan abuse of law enforcement. According to FBI records obtained by Senator Chuck Grassley, a Republican from Iowa, agents under Smith's direction used court orders in 2023 to seize and analyze call records from key GOP lawmakers. According to Republican senators, Jack Smith was not only unconstitutionally appointed, he engaged in an unlawful secret surveillance of GOP senators who say that should be subject to review for possible criminal prosecution. Law enforcement typically needs probable cause to obtain a search warrant for accessing phone records. This means that they must have reasonable grounds to believe that evidence of a crime can be found in those records. A request for a search warrant can't just be a random cast of a large net trying to capture whatever falls in. The reason for a search warrant, as well as the particular item sought with the search warrant, must be articulated to a judge for review prior to his authorization to conduct an invasive search. It's a narrow access to a narrow swipe of information. Although items may be subsequently seized pursuant to the original information sought from the warrant. Again, the information or items to be searched for must be articulated to a judge prior to his authorization to conduct the particular search. This requirement is part of the Fourth Amendment of our Constitution, which protects individuals, including members of Congress, against unreasonable searches and seizures. Last Monday, GOP senators said that the FBI analyzed the personal cell phone data of 9 congressional Republicans. The senators were targeted as part of the FBI's Arctic Frost investigation, which came to gather information related to the events surrounding the January 6, 2021 Capitol riots, specifically and particularly concerning calls made to allegedly influence the certification of the 2020 election. The investigation involved tracking their phone records to see who they communicated with during that period of time. Although the data seized pursuant to the search warrant did not include the content of those conversations. For his part, FBI Director Kash Patel said last Monday night that the abuse of power ends now. Patel posted on X, "Under my leadership, the FBI will deliver truth and accountability and will never again be weaponized against the American people." Well, he's using the right words and the right tone, but honestly, I wish I could say that he's on the right track by taking names and kicking ass. But so far, it just seems to be sound bites. Bipartisan public hearings on TV just seem to make for a public argument between the two sides that never go anywhere besides on the 24-hour news cycle. During a Senate hearing last week with Attorney General Pam Bondi, Republican senators seized on the collection of their phone records by the FBI as proof of politicalization of the Biden administration. AG Bondi was asked if she thought that this was an abuse of power. She declined to answer that question, but she said that Mr. Smith wasted $50 million in an effort to put President Trump in jail. $50 million seems like a gross amount of money for a criminal investigation of this sort. When I was working investigations, if I was working overtime, I was probably only earning $60 an hour. Jack Smith's salary as a special counsel is not publicly disclosed. Special counsels, however, typically earn salaries comparable to senior government officials, which can be around $180,000 to $200,000 annually. His office's expenditures primarily focused on personnel compensation and benefits, which totaled over $2.6 million in the early months of the investigation. I can't fathom the amount of overtime and additional personnel that would be required to run up an expense of $50 million in total. Unfortunately, with very few exceptions, the press, particularly our press, has been less than critical about this type of congressional spending. This is probably due to the absence of restraint from any outside checking. The only effective curb to congressional spending lies with Congress itself. However, in making its own budget, Congress seems to lose the critical faculties and behaves like a private little club. A congressional investigation, especially a secret investigation launched by the Democrats against the Republicans, has got to be the golden goose of investigations. A complicit media, a spiteful Democratic Party, and apparently free access to other people's money invites partisan bullshit. This is certainly the case here because the liberal media is well taken care of on Capitol Hill that the public will more than likely never know about it. The media that covers the workings of Washington, D.C. are gently pampered. They are provided with soft couches in the press galleries, free telephones and typewriters, free parking spaces, and cut-rate meals at the press's very own private Capitol dining facility. It also serves to create an atmosphere of easy tolerance among the members of the Fourth Estate, the Fourth Estate that is historically coddled to the Democrats and oftentimes over-scrutinized the Republicans. Traditions and norms over the decades have been thrown aside, along with the idea that law applies equally to friends and foes alike. At the heart of the system is the idea that the law itself must be the same for everyone. Unfortunately, that has not been the case when dealing with politicians and their associates. Everyone knows this to be true. Half of us can't do anything about it, the election process, because voting, unfortunately, isn't always easy to do because of commitments with work and family. Now, I'm not advocating actually doing this, but illegal ballot stuffing really pays off for one group over the other. President Trump is not misusing the Justice Department. The president is fulfilling his promise to restore a Department of Justice that demands accountability as well as the lawful and equal application of our laws. Currently, he's doing exactly that. This is not weaponizing the Department of Justice. It's just taking the restricting choker collar off of the justice dog and telling him to go do his job. Now, according to Smith, current leaders at the Justice Department who are helping to defend Trump in the cases that Smith has brought seem to have abandoned norms and traditions about nonpartisan enforcement if they clash with what the president wants. According to Smith, they were hired and driven to get outcomes, no matter the cost to the credibility of the institution that they represent. No matter whether those outcomes are legal, no matter whether those outcomes are just. To me, that seems to be ironic coming from the man who actually tried to run a secret and very partisan investigation himself. To address future partisan investigations within the government, it's important to follow best practices for congressional oversight, ensuring that investigators are conducted impartially and collaboratively between both parties. This includes the sharing of resources, co-authoring reports, and avoiding separate partisan narratives to maintain the public's trust and accountability. One would think this is a no-shit Sherlock moment. Unfortunately, whether this is caused as a result of a very partisan media or an American public that is so divided in our political views, there will not be an easy answer or a quick fix to these problems. Our founding fathers' original ideas of government service was a vision about safeguarding liberty, preventing tyranny, and ensuring a stable government that could stand the test of time. They valued wisdom over passion, prudence over impulse, and creating a system designed to safeguard these principles. We have taken that blueprint and somewhere in the last 40 years completely forgot what this country and our system of government was set up to do. Our founding fathers would be embarrassed and ashamed at what we have done to the government and the system that they set up for us when they started the republic. I have no doubt that I will be revisiting this issue as more facts come to light. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out. And now back to you in the studio.
Woohoo! You're getting cheers over here in the studio there, Mongo.
Good.
Man, very good. And, to put into perspective that those who are not watching the mainstream media, either whatever news channel you look at, what Mongo is talking about, what happened with this illegal phone tapping. They are, for those who remember Watergate with Nixon, this is about 1,000 times worse than what happened in Watergate. This is borderline treason. This borderlines and it violates a lot of laws. You are 100% right, Mongo. We're spending $50 million on legal fees to try to prosecute somebody when right here in our studio,
I like that better.
Our studio.
Yeah.
Right here in actually the Fishbowl studio, but here on our show, we have two groups that are fighting for our veterans that could use 1% of that 50 million wasted dollars that our government is using. 1% of that money could help so many of our veterans right here in our hometown. Yep. And we're just frivolously just spending money out and throwing money out for no reason.
Off with their heads.
Besides helping our foundations or organizations like the Green Star Families and Cowtown Marine Corps League, those who served our country and have fought for our country are not getting their just dues. We are just political pawns in a government mess.
Yes, we are.
But I do appreciate you doing your research, your due diligence. Once again, Mongo gets his information from multiple sources, on both sides of the party lines. He stays within the scope and brings his perspective. Either you agree with it or you don't agree with it. And if you don't agree with it, we don't care. It's the Mongo log. Go watch The View.
This was a quick one to knock out, and I've actually got 4 done, and I'm in the middle of working on 2 other ones at the same time. And I've got some ideas for another one, and I'm going to get controversial coming up here the next few months if I get this one put together. But that's okay, because that's what I want to do.
All right, we love it.
I like.
Well, keep up the good work, brother. And once again, happy birthday, happy Marine Corps birthday. And we enjoy the Mongo log. Our listeners enjoy the Mongo log. And stay well and go have a whiskey and a cigar.
I will do it. Adios, everyone.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Woo. Once again, another amazing Mongo log.
We
made it.
it.
We made it.
We used to
We're about
struggle.
under a minute.
We used to go, what else do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So just to recap, man, I want to thank the Green Star families for coming in. I want to thank Cowtown Marine Corps League for coming in. I want to thank Jeffrey Gray, our Marine, and Billy Ball, who's in studio with her puppy. I want to thank all our veterans and our first responders. This weekend on Saturday, Indian Motorcycle and Fort Worth Harley Davidson, we're doing a ride for the kids for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. Come on out, support a great organization, a great foundation, and help those families who are battling this horrific disease. And once again, you don't need 2 wheels. You can come in there on 3, 4, 6, whatever you got. All vehicles are welcome.
Or Uber. I like me.
Yeah, Uber, if you want to just pay the Uber fee or Lyft, whatever, have him drive you through it. But it's going to be fully escorted. I want to thank Chance behind the board. We've had some technical difficulties throughout the day. Wasn't his fault. It was the government's fault.
Government's
fault.
They're tapping into our show.
That's right. Until next week, man, stay well, stay supportive. And if you could be anything in this world, be kind.
Don't be a dick.
Peace.